All right, folks. Just like to welcome you to Chicago Gaelic Park once again this Saturday evening, 30th of July, I think. My memory is right. For the semi-final of the senior championship here between the Parnells and the McBrides. So it promises to be a great game. I'm joined here in the booth by John Gorry, affectionately known to all of us here in Chicago as Scruffy. One of the greatest characters Chicago has seen in its long history. So welcome, John, and hope you enjoy the game.
Thanks, John.
So, of course, last Sunday evening, the whole GA community here was shocked and very, very saddened to hear of the sudden and tragic passing of Brian Mullen and his beautiful girlfriend, Sharon Ryan. And, of course, John, you would have known Brian from his time here. So,
I would have known the parents well, too. So the parents were here for years, and they went home, and I know Brian since he was almost a baby, you know. So it's just terrible. We need this game, John, for this week, and no matter what the tragedy, the GAA is a great organisation to bring us around again. But it's just absolutely terrible what happened. But we wish our deepest sympathy to the Mullen and Ryan families.
Absolutely, yeah. You know, I'm just looking here at the piece of that was prepared here, and Brian was very well liked and loved indeed by many people here in Chicago during his time here. Of course, he worked in Gaelic Park himself during his time, and was very popular character. And our sympathies go out to the entire Mullen family, his brothers Ushin and Jarlath, who were out here playing, of course, for the McBrides. His parents, Jarlath Senior and Noreen, brothers and sisters, his extended family here in Chicago, his cousin Ger Doherty, who's the Chicago GA vice chairman, and his cousins Brendan and Rory Burke, who play for the Patriots here, his uncle and aunt Tom and Teresa Burke, and to the staff at Gaelic Park, where, as I said before, he previously worked. We also want to extend our deepest sympathies to the family and friends of Sharon Ryan, who was tragically killed in the same incident. So, as I said, all our condolences go to both of the Mullen and Ryan families, and it's a very sad day. We're having a minute's silence as well, of course, John,
Yes.
before the game.
Yes.
So, just to give people the heads up on that. So,
Yes.
it's a very sad day. But like you say, the GA is a great organisation, and it's we will regroup and certainly never forget.
Yeah, I mean, I think it promises to be the game of the year. There's a lot of talent on show here from Ireland. I think it's intriguing with all the county players out there as well. I'm sure we'll have an emotional response from the McBrides. They will want to win this for the two lads, and they have quite a few county players. And on the other side, then of course we have Rian O'Neill from Armagh, but the player that I've been really impressed with so far is Conor Myler from Tyrone, and of course he's an All-Ireland medal winner, he's an All-Star, and he's Player of the Year last year, and we're going to have the minute silence pretty soon now.
Yeah, so we're just getting ready, but as you said, Scruff, it's there's a lot of talent on show here, and some very good homegrown talent, but as you said, some very exciting footballers in from Ireland, and I'm sure it's going to be a great spectacle. So we're just waiting now for the referee to call attention to both teams and the spectators for the minute silence in memory of Brian Mullen and Sharon Ryan. All right. And once again, condolences to both families, RESJ, Garau, Anam, Geelish. So once again, thanks to all for that. Okay, so we're ready and all set for off. Just let you know about the schedule for tomorrow. We're live streaming on Facebook, as obviously you all know, Twitter and YouTube. So make sure to like and follow us. Tomorrow's schedule, 2 o'clock in the day. It's the hurling, and it's Chicago Michael Cusacks versus Madison. And then at 3:30 we've got the ladies football semi-final, Erin Rovers against Ashling Gales. So that's the schedule for tomorrow. The finals day, of course, is Sunday the 7th of August here in Gaelic Park, Chicago. So next Sunday, week tomorrow, we'll be hosting the finals here. So that's promising to be a very exciting day. Right. So to get there, we have to see who's going to get to the final with the Pádraig Pearses. So any predictions, Scruffy?
Well, I think it's going to be a very close game. I noticed that Barry O'Hagan from Down is not starting for the Parnells. I think that's a bit of a surprise. But I think it's going to be very close, and I'll just take the Parnells to shade it.
Very good. The Parnells have been threatening all year. They've assembled a very strong team, and the ball is up, and straight away Rian O'Neill takes a heavy challenge there in the middle of the field, and he's down injured, and not the start that the Parnells would have wanted. Anyway, the McBrides go on the attack, and straight away Sean Hawkshaw gets the ball back to his halfback Jack Kearney. Jack, who's been very impressive so far in this championship. Ball let in, but it's Michael McKiernan back there for the Parnells, his first touch of the game, and he gets it out to his corner forward, Aidan Rooney. Aidan now gives it to Rian O'Neill, thankfully back on his feet, and Rian gives it outside him, all the way over there towards Tom Gillen. Tom gives it along then to James Doherty. James, stalwart for the Parnells. He lays it off, and it's number 15, Barry O'Hagan. Looks like he has started, in fact, and that's
my apologies there,
over
John.
the bar.
Barry O'Hagan did start.
Yeah,
a nice move out of defence, and well finished by Barry O'Hagan.
Lovely score. First score of the game then. Parnells 1 point, McBrides no score. Quick kick out, and Gavin Burke is fouled there, and a little bit of a high challenge, but he's fine nonetheless. Gives it back to Paul Higgins in goal for the McBrides this evening. Ball eventually comes across here to Indaheshan, with those distinctive pink boots. Gives it off to Jack Kearney. Jack now on this side of the field. He's like your average thoroughbred racehorse. He's off to the races. Outside him is Tom Keane. Tom lays it off. Long ball goes in there, and it hops straight over the head of Mike Kelly, but it does come to Paul Towie, and Paul's effort this time is short, straight into Luke Mulholland's hands. And I was told to say there, Noggy was telling me Luke Mulholland is out working with him, laying brick. He loves laying brick, but he loves his nice hairstyles even more so. How about that? But anyway, on we go, and it's the Parnells on the attack now. Conor Clark lays the ball off. He gives it to his number 14, Garrett Dervin. Garrett now lays that off to Conor Myler. Conor, the number 7, he's surrounded by 2 men there, and he gives it off to Rory Gallagher, and Rory is adjudged to be fouled, and it's going to be a free in to the Parnells. 3 or 4 in the Hessian, Jack Kearney, and not sure who the other one was, number 6 actually, surrounded Rory Gallagher there, but illegally so, says the referee, and it's going to be a free in for Rian O'Neill. Should be a score here, Scruff.
Yeah, it should be a tap over for Rian O'Neill, a really good free taker.
Now here he is from about 35 yards out, right over the black spot. So it's 2 points to no score then to the Parnells. They've made a bright start here. McBrides had a couple of early chances but spurned them, but no doubt there'll be more on the way. So Paul Higgins kicks it out, goes way out the far side of the field, out as far as in the Hessian, popping up all over the place. Jack Kearney takes the pass off him in the middle of the field. Jinks to his left inside, and Sean Hawkshaw looking for the ball, but instead gives it all along towards Paul Towie. The dynamo from Mayo. Paul gives it inside, and it's across the face of the goals, and it comes, and it's a goal. It's a goal for the McBrides, and it's scored by TJ Byrne. The ball came across there from Sean Hawkshaw, and TJ got the ball, and a great finish right up into the top corner of the net from close range, and that sets the cat and the pigeons, Scruff.
Yeah, Jack Kearney set up that with a really good ball in, and there was only 3 defenders against 4 guys, and well finished.
Quick kick out. Up it goes to Rian O'Neill and Tom Keane. Rian O'Neill palms it down to himself, gives a long ball in, and it's beautifully caught there inside by Garrett Devlin. Garrett is fouled, and referee says that's a free in, so it'll be a free from the 14-yard line, and Garrett looks as if he's going to have a pop himself.
Yeah, he's a really good target man, Garrett Devlin, and he's been here for 4 or 5 years off and on. This year I really see him in shape. He's got very fit, and he's going to tap this over the bar.
Yeah, lovely left foot. Actually had a drink with him in Lanigan's Irish Bear, Scruff, of Southside fame, and I was thinking I knew him, recognised him, and he said, yeah, I met you out here a couple of years ago. So yeah, nice fella. But anyway, on we go. Jack Kearney takes the quick kick out. He gives it high and towards Sean Hawkshaw there, but Hawkshaw's fouled, and free is going to be brought forward. Referee says there must have been a bit of mouthing there, so he's bringing the free forward for the McBrides, and this could be their chance to register their first point of the game. They have a goal on the board, so it should be a tap over for Paul Towey, the dynamo from Mayo. I got a lot of good comments, Scruffy, the other day. I said Westport was a town that I always remember going to but never remember leaving.
Exactly.
I think myself and yourself had a couple of nights there.
Myself and Carrick and Shannon is the capital for stag parties.
That's right, yeah, Carrick and Shannon. Oh, the Lord save.
Some of our friends will get married soon again, John.
By Jez, I hope so, Scruff. The Lord, we could do it a good day out. Ball kicked out quickly. Conor Myler, challenged by Tom Keane in the middle of the field. Conor holds on to the ball, takes a knee. Took a heavy hit there from the big McBride's midfielder, Tom Keane. Referee goes over to check on the Tyrone Star.
Myler is the kind of guy I'd want in any team, John. He's very proud of his achievements, and I think he wants to go home with a medal from here.
I would say so, no doubt about it. Anyway, ball fed forward towards Conor Clark. Conor Clark gives it outside, back to Conor Myler. Conor now, and bit of a shoulder there in the middle of the field, but anyway, we get on with it. 1-2 with Conor Myler. Conor gets it back. He passes the 21, passes the 14, and he right-fisted, and it goes over the bar. Lovely score there from Conor Myler, and very, very well-worked score again, as you were saying, Scruff.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't put the commentator's curse on him there. He brings great energy to this team.
He sure does. Kick out once again from Paul Higgins, and comes out this side of the field, out to TJ Byrne. In fact, it's Sean Fitzgerald, I'm sorry. This is TJ Byrne, number 6. TJ now onto his left foot, the goal scorer. Gets it in low and towards Paul Towey. Paul, the number 13, he gets it back out towards Jack Kearney. Jack now in a good bit of space here. It should be a tap over. And sure enough, yes, off that trusty right foot. Lovely score from Jack Kearney.
Yeah, Jack Kearney is causing a lot of problems coming forward. The Parnells forward is not chasing him back, and that's 3 scores he set up. He scored that one himself and set up 2 more.
Yeah, he's having a great opening 10 minutes or so, and on we go. Luke Mulholland now, the man with the lovely hairstyle. He kicks it out. Beautiful catch by Sean Fitzgerald. He gives it in towards the forwards again. Paul Towey has it. Lovely fisted pass back in towards the number 11 there. The name escapes me for the moment, but the Parnells win it back. Rian O'Neill is back there in his own defence. He gives it outside
the number 11.
to Conor Clark. Conor Clark up along this side of the field, in towards Rory Gallagher. Rory now, he gives it to Barry O'Hagan. This is Barry now, gets inside his man, and into Hessian, trying to stick to him, but it's still Barry O'Hagan going right across the face of goals. And eventually the referee said he was fouled. There was a hand left on him, and great mazy run there once again by Barry O'Hagan.
Yeah, and 2 lazy tackles put in. He was actually fouled the first time, and Martin Delaney gave him the advantage until he got fouled the second time. And this is another tap over for Garrett Devlin.
Yeah. Should be Garrett's second point of the game. So here he comes now. And he kicks it high and straight over the bar. So that inches out the Parnells to 5 points, and it levels the game. 5 points to 1-2 then. After about 12 or 13 minutes of the first half. Don't worry, Mary, I forgot to set the timer myself. It could happen to a bishop. Ball is kicked out quick again. Jack Kearney gets it out the far side of the field. He's everywhere today. He gives it inside to his full back there. Takes a heavy challenge there, Gavin Burke. That's the second heavy challenge he took. He got the ball off to Sean Hawkshaw. And there's another challenge a little bit late there over on Carl Lynch. He's down injured. And the referee is going to have a quick word with Rian O'Neill, I think, but nothing serious. So
I don't think there was too much in that.
Martin Delaney's just going over having a word with his linesman, but I don't think the linesman looks as if he's going to be taking too much action or seeing too much action, no more than myself.
That's Val McMahon. He looks more like
is that Val?
He looks more like a rate collector.
He does. He does is right. A rate collector is right. He's just like one. The big hat on him. Anyway, on we go. So then out we come. Gavin Burke once again. Gavin's been involved quite a bit. Tom Keane, his midfielder, receives the ball. He gives it back. Jack Kearney. Jack's looking for Indaheshan, but Inda's run is checked. He gives it instead over to Connor Swan. Connor now gives it to Mike Kelly. Mike now with the big black shorts on him. Saved the old bit of ire on the styre, I'm sure. And Indaheshan with it. Back again. Inda now looks for support. Gets it from Jack Kearney. Jack looking to pry a hole in that Parnell's defence, but it's just not opening up for him. Back again here to... that's a great ball inside. Lovely ball by Gavin Burke. And a beautiful catch there by, I think it was Paul Towie, was it? Yeah, it was. Number 13.
Yeah, that was actually a kind of a stupid foul because he didn't call for the mark, I don't think.
No, he didn't. He didn't put his hand up, so the play would have gone on. So it was a foolish foul.
I hate the mark, John. I think it's ruining the game.
It is. It's almost scores for nothing, Scruff, I think.
Yeah. And you don't even have to catch it over your head.
Right. Yeah, you can catch it in your bread basket, as they used to say, and then you get
exactly.
You get bonus for it. So yeah, it's a bit silly, but we'll see if they keep it on after this year. Hopefully, as you said, they'll disband it because it's penalising the defenders very much. Luke Mulholland then. Luke with the kick out towards his midfielder there, James Doherty. Wins a free for himself. Rian O'Neill gives it in long over towards Conor Clark. Conor Clark gives it off to Barry O'Hagan. Barry now gets it back onto his right foot, favourite right foot, and it's a beautiful score. Out from the left-hand side, beautiful score there, Scruff, from Barry O'Hagan.
Yeah, Barry O'Hagan is an excellent target man. Of course, he's been on and off the down team for years, and he really loses his man pretty easy there.
Yeah, lovely silky moves there. We must have a chat about your horse, Albrighton. He moved like him years ago. Do you remember he won in Kilbeggan one evening? We had an awful gamble on him. He moves nearly as sweetly as him.
We've paid the tax on that, so they can't come after us now.
Referee is out in the middle of the field then. He's having a word with Rian O'Neill and Jack Kearney there, getting to know one another. And Sean Hawkshaw makes a run over the far side. Paul Higgins now kicks it out towards Sean Fitzgerald. Sean gets the ball and gives it off to Carl Lynch. Carl Lynch beset. Who receives the ball back from Gavin Burke. So it's Carl Lynch now with the ball. Nice ball in. Lovely ball in front of Paul Towie. Paul is showing very, very well for the ball, but once again, sort of a lazy challenge there, I'd say, Scruff.
Yeah, Michael McKiernan and Tom Gillen came in there on his back, and an unnecessary free to concede again.
Yeah, he had his back to goal, and he certainly had a lot to do to get a score out of it, so... cheap free.
There was people saying to me during the week the highest profile player here is Rian O'Neill. last I checked, only Conor Myler and Michael McKiernan have All-Ireland medals in the sideboard at home, you know.
That's right, yeah. No, there's a lot of talent on show out here, there's no doubt about it. No doubt. Even more talent up here in this booth.
There's an awful lot of talent in the stand too, John.
Oh, the Lord save us.
Yeah.
As they used to say at home, you'd bring the gate and the gate piers on your head if you were looking out at it long enough.
You would indeed, yeah. And if you could have a contest to pick an ugly J1er and you wouldn't get one.
Yeah, not so in my day. Oh, the good old days.
Well, you're only as old as the woman that you feel, John.
There you go. Oh, dear. And that's an attempt from Paul Towie. Very surprising there. It's skewed.
That's a bad miss now.
Very bad miss, yeah. Screwed off the side of his boot and it went way out to the right and wide. A bit like my attempt in my last junior match for Tulsk against Clonagale all those years ago. Yeah, I nearly took the linesman out of it with a 21-yard free. But anyway, what are you going to do? Ball comes to Michael McKiernan. Michael now striding forward. Gets better of Paul Towie. Paul just pulls him back. Takes the free. So Michael McKiernan then gives it to his county man Conor Myler. Conor now looks up and surveys the field and see what's in front of him. Takes on the number 11 for the McBrides, Cathal Connor.
He takes some abuse, Myler, doesn't he?
He does indeed. He loves it.
He just gets on with it.
And gets on with it, yeah. Rian O'Neill is fouled there in the middle of the field and fouled by Conor Swan. Free is quickly taken. And Rian O'Neill takes it back from Tom Gillen. Gives it out far side of the field over to Barry O'Hagan. Coming deeper, looking for possession. Barry now has been danger man so far for the Parnells. His midfielder James Doherty giving him an option, but decides not to take it. It's back here to Conor Clark.
Tom Gillen looking for it. He has it.
Tom Gillen is right, and he gets it. Gives it back again to Conor Clark. Conor Clark back again to the general in the middle of the field, Rian O'Neill, to his lieutenant, Conor Myler. Elusive footballer Conor gets the better of a couple of Parnells or McBride's boys. Rian O'Neill goes for the big one, and it's a beauty.
That is a great score by Rian O'Neill. What has puzzled me all year, John, with the talent on this Parnells team, their build-up is very slow.
Yeah, agreed. They could really let the ball in an awful lot quicker for the players that they have, but they don't seem to. They seem to want to try and play it through the channels and slow it down, and it suits the McBrides. Anyway, out the far side of the field, it's Mike Kelly. Mike is fouled over there on that far sideline, and Sean Hawkshaw took a tumble there. I think it was more of a slip than anything else, so the Parnells turned the ball over, and it eventually comes out here towards Conor Clark. Conor Clark now with the ball, solos, looks up and looks inside him for a bit of support, decides to go laterally across the field as so many teams do nowadays. Conor Myler is on his left hand side but decides to go instead for Gavin Devlin. Gavin gives a lovely ball inside, and Barry, that man again, Barry O'Hagan, and he does the smart thing, calls for the mark and gets it. So lovely ball again by Garrett Devlin. We were talking about him earlier, Scruffy. He's in good shape.
Yes, he is. He's in great shape this year, and it's another easy tap over for Barry O'Hagan. Yeah,
the Parnells are certainly benefiting from some lazy defending and lazy tackling from the McBrides, but still 2 points in it. 1-3 to 8 points. Sorry, Scruff.
If anybody at home is wondering why there's so much space on the field, it is 13 aside.
That's right. It favours the higher scoring games. It gives you a little bit more room, so lots of running.
Jack Carney was lucky there actually, because he didn't catch the ball clean and he still called for the mark. He got it.
He got it anyway. Yeah, got the benefit of the doubt. So Jack with the free gives it back to Gavin Burke. Gavin now, who's been excellent so far, been very involved. Looks for one of his forwards, but Mike Kelly won't make that one. Tom Gillen, in fact it's Rory Sheridan. Rory, I think, was fouled, and he is fouled.
Free out.
Yeah, free out. So it's taken quickly, and Michael McKiernan gets it. Strides clear up to his own 45. Gives it out the far side of the field to Barry O'Hagan. Barry is certainly full of running this evening, Scruff. He's all over the field. On it goes towards Conor Myler. Connor then left-footed. Lovely ball in towards Garrett Devlin. Garrett turns onto that left foot. And it's a lovely looking score. Yes, it's a great score.
Yeah, that's probably the score of the game so far in the build-up.
Absolutely, yeah. It was a lovely passage of play from the Parnells, all the way out from Michael McKiernan, Conor Myler involved, and finished off expertly by Garrett Devlin. Lovely score. 1-3 to 9 points. 6 points to 9, 3 points the difference. Ball out the far side of the field. It's Sean Fitzgerald. Sean Fitzgerald, the number 5 for the McBrides, tries to find Mike Kelly, but his marker, Tom Gillen, is right up on... right in his jersey, as they say, and free out is the end result, and it comes this side of the field to James Doherty. James then faced by Tom Keane, gives it to Conor Myler once again. Conor gives it off to Aidan Rooney. Aidan now gives the ball long in towards Conor Clark. Conor Clark, another employee of Noggy and Paul Ingram, the Noggy and Ingy Bricklaying Company.
And it's not a Chinese company.
And it's not a Chinese company, is right. Fair from it. What a pair of characters them boys there. Anyway, Aidan Rooney has it again. He's challenged here. Challenged out in the near sideline by TJ Byrne. And eventually he's judged to have overcarried it.
I think he deserved a free there.
Yeah, he seemed to be manhandled a bit there. But TJ gets the free and TJ Byrne will take it himself. Left-footed. Gives it all the way across to his midfield partner. Carl Lynch beset over to Inda Hessian. Inda now full of running, takes the ball on there, goes past the Parnells 45, and he gets it to Mike Kelly. Mike Kelly now turns, thinks about going inside, but he doesn't. Gives it out to his midfield partner Tom Keane. Tom Keane now back again to Carl Lynch and out to TJ Byrne here on this side of the field. TJ looks for Paul Towey, but Paul is adjudged to be fouled once again, and Michael McKiernan does not agree with that decision, obviously.
While O'Hagan is the danger man for the Parnells, Towie is definitely getting out in front of McKiernan, and that's the third free I believe he has won.
That's right, yeah, he seems to be winning that battle anytime those 50-50 balls go in. We're joined here by the beautiful Annie Redmond. Hello, Annie. Annie's Mary's sister, of course.
Annie Guinness.
And yeah, Annie keeps us plied with Amstel, Guinness, Magners, whatever. Of course, she works for Guinness, so we're on the inside track there now with the Guinness, so fair play to Annie. Mary Redmond's sister. Mary is the lady who's doing your camera work for you, so big shout out to Mary.
And director of programming here is Paul Duggan.
Absolutely, all the way from Dungarvan.
We'd like to say hello to Nicky Glenn, who was came back from the dead, and he's come back from Ireland today.
That's right.
The Undertaker had nearly included him in his tax returns at home, and he made a miraculous, recovery.
A miraculous lad. We're going to start calling him Lazarus Glynn. So welcome home. He's in the air at the moment, we believe, somewhere between Boston and Chicago. So he'll be touching down, I'm sure, in Lanigan's later on. Poor old Laura, he'll be trying to keep an eye on him, try and keep as much alcohol out of his system as possible. But anyway, that's not going to be easy around here. Luke Mulholland then with the kick out for the Parnells. Takes it short. Michael McKiernan standing just outside the 21. He gives it across to Conor Myler. Conor now faces up, looks up the field and takes on the number 11 once again, Cathal O'Connor, and gets just past him. It's going to be a titanic battle though. Michael McKiernan, lovely ball towards Garrett Devlin. Garrett, fair play to him. He won the battle there once again. Hefty challenge there from Sean Fitzgerald, but nevertheless Parnells retain possession. It's Barry O'Hagan now. Barry once again looking to get on that right foot, but manages to evade the markers. He eventually gets there, dummies into Hessian expertly, and again it's a sort of a lazy challenge from the McBrides lad.
That's a yellow card, I would think.
I would think so. Connor Swan there, good lazy yellow challenge, and there's a bit of a schmozzle down here on the left hand side. A bit of a skirmish is right, as Paul Duggan says. I think. Yeah, there was a few players involved in it there from both sides. Michael McKiernan and Tom Gillen, and a couple of lads, Mike Kelly from the McBrides.
And Martin Delaney is going to check with the linesman to see what happened.
Yeah, we'll have another famous Tipperary man down there, Scruff, down on the line, doing linesman. The brother, of course, managing Wexford.
Yes, Dara Egan, of course.
Dara Egan, yeah, and his brother Colin is down there. Yeah. So Martin Delaney now having a word with Colm Egan. Colm says to the McBrides lads, Sean Hawkshaw, go away. Go out of my sight. Big shout out at home to Pat Cronin, who's at home on vacation. I was talking to him today. His brother has a horse running in Galway tomorrow in the first race. He says we're going inspecting the ground conditions tomorrow morning, and depending on how the ground is, they think this fella might have a great chance. So have a great time, Pat, and a big shout out to your mum. She's 87 and tells me she's in great form.
So he's booking Conor Myler and Towie, I think, is he?
Looks like it, yeah. The two of them seem to be going to be getting yellow cards. So
say it'll be yellows. Yeah, it's yellow each, yeah.
Yeah, yellow apiece.
Yeah. Of course, there's two big prizes to aim at for the winner of this, John. In the Chicago final next week, and then the following week they're in the North American semi-final.
That's right.
And they all take place here.
That's right, yeah. We're very fortunate this year in Chicago.
For people who don't know, there's about 2,400 people here competing under 18 in the North American Youth Championships.
That's right, yeah. We might have a chat about that at half-time, Scruff. It's,
have you any kids competing, John?
Do you know something? Every time I look around the corner and see a young fellow coming with red hair and freckles, the water runs down my spine. I'm afraid of my life. Not that I know of, anyways, is the answer to your question.
Yeah.
Anyway, after all that shamazel, the referee comes up the field and he's having a word with Sean Fitz. No, it's not. It's the number 12. Oh, no, the number 15 for the McBrides.
Which is
Fionn McDonough.
Yeah.
And Fionn is back. He's in the game. Must have just come on there and see him. He's gone straight on to Rian O'Neill in the middle of the field. So
they're having a nice laugh. It's not the first time they've come together, I'm sure.
That's for sure, yeah.
In the county.
So then back then to our original stopping point, which was a free to Barry O'Hagan when he was fouled.
This will put them 3 up.
This will put them 3 up, is right. And it's a good score from Garrett Devlin. Garrett, the man from the county down, the star of the county down, puts it straight over the black spot, and the Parnells now go back into a 3-point lead. 10 points to 1-4. Paul Hessian then with the kick out, and the referee once again is going to have a word here. There's a coming together with Conor Myler and Jack Kearney in the middle of the field, and he's given a free against Conor Myler. Decides that Conor body checked Jack Kearney.
Yeah, Myler would want to be careful now because he's on a yellow.
Yeah.
And here's Towie again.
Here's Towie again now, looking for that long range right foot. And that's a great score from Paul Towie.
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't made a change on him now.
Yeah, he seems to be getting an awful lot of room, and he's done that before in previous games where he's come deep for the ball, and he's now
there's another incident. There's a McBride's man rolling all over the floor here.
Another off the ball incident. I don't know if there was much in it.
Martin has seen that and he said play on.
Right, so obviously not much in it. Rian O'Neill
now
going
there's
over getting involved.
another skirmish
and
going on. This is going to be a hard game to referee the second half. And
absolutely. Rian O'Neill anyways with the ball. Gets it back in the middle of the field. He looks around for support. Barry O'Hagan is there on the shoulder. Decides to use Conor Myler instead. Mike Kelly goes in. Oh, jeez, that elbow was unseasonably high.
Yes.
Conor Myler gets it anyways. Retains possession. Looks for Barry O'Hagan. And another late challenge there from Tom Keane. Ball comes to Conor Clark. Conor Clark now.
Yeah, there's going to be men getting the line here.
I think so. Yeah, it seems to be a bit.
That's another bad challenge.
Yeah, it seems to be a bit out of control, to be honest, Scruff, here now.
Yeah, but Martin is the best referee in town.
Yeah, he is, in fairness to him. He's very accomplished. And the game has stopped here.
Has not got up.
Yeah, the Paul Towie is still down from that original challenge over there that the referee waved on. So Martin Delaney is coming back down the field to have a look and see.
But he was only about 15 yards from that when it happened.
Yeah, and he waved play on.
So,
yeah, so I don't know, should Paul Towie be receiving attention or receiving an Oscar? I'm not sure. I just got a text from the Gooch Connolly here, Scruff. He's wondering where Decky is, our co-panelist. Paul, where's Decky today?
He's actually in Garden Homes right now.
For all you who don't know, Garden Homes is not an old folks' home. It's actually an address. It's where he lives. Yeah, we thought we'd have the Bowl Decky here today.
Could be worse. It could be the Robert Taylor home.
It could be. But but nonetheless, we'll certainly have him here next week with the help of God. A great character, yeah. So anyway,
Yeah, there's a lot of skirmishes going on now. McKiernan is involved again here with Towie, and now he's gone down. And there's going to be, he's going to have to sort this out, Martin Delaney, because
it's getting very ugly indeed. There can't be much time left in this first half. I just lost track, but I'm sure it's injury time at the 1 minute and 16 seconds, says Paul Duggan, my timekeeper here on my left-hand side.
And it's just as well that the two teams are not going into the same tunnel.
Oh Jesus! Can you imagine it? The Lord save us, it'll be nothing to some of the incidents at Crow Park here. Yeah, it's getting very heated out there. It's warm evening, but it's even warmer pitch side.
Yeah,
and
Val McMahon, the linesman, has come in again.
Yeah.
So he has told Martin Delaney something now. He's approaching Alan Coyle, the McBrides manager.
Yeah, certainly Val.
I'm kind of surprised, John, that Alan Coyle has not started Matthew Ruan.
Very surprising. Yeah, he's been an impact sub for the rest of the games, but in a game like this, you'd imagine he would have started him. Yeah.
So
and there's words being spoken to some of the McBrides officials over on the far side. Yeah, he's telling them to
off the field.
Yeah, he's
to
telling them to
onto the field.
Yeah, there should only be the manager and the water boys on the sideline. So yeah, Martin Delaney being correct.
The water is very important, and even like this evening.
It sure is. It sure is. Yeah.
It must be still about 80 degrees. These lads are going to have to take on some water.
For sure, it's a really warm evening and humid also. We're fortunate here now. Mary has set up fans for us here up in the booth. We're treated like royalty here, Scruff. Micheál and Murray
The only
Hertig.
fans we have is plugged in. We don't have any fans in the crowd.
Yeah, all our fans are electric. But,
so he's still talking to the McBrides and to the linesman Val McMahon.
Yeah.
I have a man with a defibrillator over there in case Val goes down with the heat.
Yeah. Poor old Val. Yeah, I'd say he'll drink pints of Carrollsburg tonight, fair play to him. No more than myself. But Martin Delaney has a full-time job here now with this game.
And the hitting off the ball now is getting out of hand.
It is, yeah. And, he'll be relying heavily on his umpires and linesmen and for advice and for keeping an eye on everything. Anyway, so it's a free in to the Parnells then, who lead this semi-final by 10 points to 1-5. 2 points in it. Rian O'Neill with a free on the 21, but he's on the far left side of the field. So it's a difficult kick off his right. Here he comes. It's curling and it's a beauty. Beautiful score.
It's well hit, Jess.
Well struck, well
hit.
hit.
Good free taker, Rian O'Neill.
Excellent. Who'll ever forget that free Scruffy in Crow Park against Galway?
He is an absolutely huge man.
Yeah, absolutely. Ball kicked out fast again by Paul Hessian. Jack Kearney gets it. Back to Gavin Burke, his full back. Gavin now goes on a mazy run. Gets between two defenders. Gives a lovely ball up along the field. Out to his number 11 there. Name escapes me for a second. Juggles it a bit up and down, but retrieves it. Into Hessian is behind him. Gets the ball. Inda gives it off to Paul Towie. Paul Towie now solos and bounces it once off the right. And that's a great score from Paul Towie.
That's the score of the game.
That's a great score.
Yeah, great score.
Really tough angle out on the right hand side for a right footed kicker, but he managed to swing it over the bar, just over the bar. Beautiful score, landed on the top of the net. So that reduces it now to a 2 point game once again. 11 points to 1-6. Can't be fair off half time. I'm sure we're deep in injury time at the moment. And Martin Delaney says we'll have another play anyway. Luke Mulholland then. Luke takes the kick out. Looks for Barry O'Hagan out there on the far side of the field. And Barry is attended to by Cathal O'Connor. Gets away. Another lovely run from this very accomplished footballer. Barry gives a lovely ball in. Eventually comes back to Aidan Rooney. Aidan, that's that is an awful high challenge.
This is a black card. That's a black card to me.
Yeah, that's a terrible challenge there.
He took him around the neck.
Yeah, the referee will have no choice here. I think it's Connor Swan, I think, is the player. The McBrides player, but that was...
I love the way Myler reacts to it. He just gets up and gets on with it.
In fairness,
he loves getting into contact.
Yeah, absolutely. There was no staying down there. Look, it was a bad
Oh,
challenge.
he got
and
away
now
with a yellow there. Very lucky.
very lucky, very lucky. Yeah, that could have been easily a black card, but nonetheless, get up and get on with it. That's it. And it's a free into the Parnells. Reno O'Neill now. This is Crow Park territory. Here, he's a good 55, 60 yards out.
God be with the day, John, when we used to make money off blue cards at home with cattle.
That's right. Oh Lord. They done away with the old blue card. God bless us.
They've even tagged the sheep now.
You can't even have a good time with him.
This is an absolutely incredible kick.
Absolutely incredible kick is right from Reno O'Neill. All of 60 yards out.
About 56 metres out.
Yeah,
incredible.
A huge kick. Great score.
Yeah, yes.
Bring them back to a 3-point game once again. Short kick out to Gavin Burke from Paul Hessian. Gavin gathers it under pressure from Garrett Devlin. Free out to the referee. And Gavin takes it himself over to Mike Kelly. Mike, the big man over on the far side of the field, hug on the far touchline. He's got JP Byrne in front of him.
Handbags with Tom.
Yeah.
With Tom Keane.
Gavin Burke
and Conor Clark.
gives it long in towards Paul Towie. Paul Towie and Michael McKiernan over here. Great battle. Paul Towie gets out in front, but a lovely block down by Michael McKiernan. Great focus on the ball there. Gets it away to Tom Gillen. Tom loses it. It's picked up by Conor Swan. Conor Swan wins a free for himself after a challenge by Conor Myler. So it's Paul Towie with the ball in hand then. 1-6 to 12 points, 9 points to 12. This can bring it back to a 2-point game if he nails this one from 45 yards out, just to the left-hand side of the field. And yeah, this will be a big test for the Mayo man. But he's answered most of them so far, it has to be said. Just that one free in the first half. Decides to kick this one off the deck. Rory Gallagher stands in front of him with the hands up. So then Paul Towie settles himself. And Tom Keane goes in hard on Barry O'Hagan, who he thought was trying to get in Paul Towie's eye line. Referee telling the players to get away, disperse. Tom Keane being spoken to by Martin Delaney and told to calm down.
Tom Keane's young brother just got drafted in the NHL.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
Wow.
Jack.
Good for him. Congratulations to Jack Keane.
Second member of the family to be drafted.
Yeah, tremendous.
They take it short.
Take it short to Jack Kearney. Jack now with the ball. Gives it off, but ball breaks back towards Tom Keane. Tom to JP Byrne. JP over to Jack Kearney. Gives it right-footed. Back to Paul Towie. Looks for the mark. And the referee didn't indicate immediately that it was a mark. So I'm not sure. Yeah, he gave it to him in the end, so he's taking it quickly. And ball inside to Fionn McDonough, I think it is. And that's kicked over the bar, I believe.
Yes.
Over the bar there. So it's a score in the end for the McBrides after all that. 1-7 to 12 points. 10 points to 12. 2 points the margin as we approach half time. And I think the referee, Martin Devlin, is eventually calling for the ball after a protracted first half. It's rough.
What's on the menu for half time, John?
Oh, lots of beverages. I'll have a drop Amstel. All right, Scruff, entertaining enough first half. Certainly the first 25 minutes of it, but it got scrappy towards the end.
Yeah, a lot of pulling and dragging at the end, and a lot of handbags off the ball. So it's going to ruin the game if that keeps up. And there's 2 or 3, 4. I think there's 4 guys on a yellow card already. So they'll want to be careful. For the Parnells, I'm very impressed with Barry O'Hagan. He's coming looking for the ball, and so is Garrett Devlin. The McBrides coming forward. Towie is having a great game on McKiernan. You wouldn't be able to tell that McKiernan is the All-Ireland winner.
Yeah.
But both teams, I feel, when they're in possession, they move the ball way too slow.
Yeah, it's been a feature, especially I thought, as you said earlier about the Parnells, that they go for this, very slow build-up, and I don't think it really suits the players that they have. I think if they got the ball in faster into their forwards, in fairness to the McBrides, they've done that quite a bit in towards the latter stages of the second half, and with great success in towards Paul Towie, as you said, who's having a great game on Michael McKiernan.
They both have fast forwards too, and the problem with moving it slow is the other team gets a chance to get back.
Exactly, that's the problem. You're going to be faced in with a packed defence, so it doesn't really make much sense. So, but nonetheless, I think, as you said beforehand, you fancy the Parnells. They look good at half time. They're ahead by 2 points, and I think it's going to take probably a bit of inspiration from the McBrides. Maybe, as you said, Matthew Rowan coming on.
Yeah, Matthew Rowan is a huge man. He's an all-star last year. And I don't know, maybe he has an injury or something. The other county lads are playing pretty good, Jack Carney and Fionn McDonough. But Towie does look the man to play the ball too.
Yeah, he's certainly shown very, very well. He's been excellent from frees, and in general play he's been really, really good too. So certainly I think he's been the man of the match for the McBrides. And Barry O'Hagan, as you said, has been really impressive for the Parnells. So it's all to play for, as they say, in the second half then, and they'll be coming out very quickly. But I want to get on to the CYC, where, for anyone that didn't know, we're the Chicago here, Gaelic Park, we're hosting the youth championship finals here in Chicago this year. And you were taking, Scruffy, before the game, you were telling me that the organisation is phenomenal here.
It's unbelievable, and it's well worth people in Ireland to see this. I wish they could. There's 11 pitches here. There's teams from 12 cities, including America and Canada, and in this New York are included as well. They're not included in the senior. One man who's not here is one of the main GAA men in Chicago. Here is John Conroy.
That's right.
They're at a family reunion in Boston. I think it's the biggest family reunion since the Kennedys met in the 60s back in Hyannisport.
Absolutely. There must be 100 of them in it, or more, maybe 200.
More, and there's about 200 million in it.
Yeah, they're all certainly John Conroy and his brother Joe. They're stalwarts here, the Wolf Tones here in Chicago, and John also sits on the board of Gaelic Park here in Chicago. So no more than yourself, Scruff, you've been involved for a long number of years in Gaelic games here, and it's been a very proud tradition.
It has, yeah. I mean, we've got great enjoyment out of it over the years, and the one thing since the COVID is absolutely brilliant, that we had 1,400 people here last Sunday at the games, that the crowds are back. We had a couple of years there where there were more players than spectators, but now that's all changed, and you know it's the board here has been really ran well too, with John Bridges chairman and Gerard Doherty and Martin Redmond and these guys. Of course, they get great help from the clubs, but the work these guys put into it. I mean, nobody knows at home what it's like to bring 20 guys out from Ireland to a club and put them up and get them work, and you know, it's a great thrill when you win, but you know,
absolutely.
The work that Alan Coyle puts into it over there for the McBrides.
Yeah.
You have Frankie Sheridan here and James Staunton and
John Cunningham,
Noel Talty, and these guys.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal.
It is, and it really is. And as you said, it's the effort and of course the money as well, because it takes a huge amount of money.
It's wonderful for the kids here that they can go and meet county players from Ireland.
Absolutely.
Some of them that have won All Irelands.
It's probably one of the biggest things in terms of the development of the game out here. You know, for the young kids to meet these guys and to aspire, to be as good as them. So it's important.
And of course, we're all very proud of Gaelic Park. Everyone can see the facility here, and it's just crazy that they're still operating out of Gaelic Park in New York.
Absolutely.
Boston have a great centre there too.
Absolutely. But I think it's the premier place in North America for Gaelic games here in Chicago.
Oh, it is
a
indeed,
wonderful facility.
It is indeed, yeah. And it's great that the North Americans will be here in 2 weeks.
That's right. Yeah, it's going to be a great showpiece. And hopefully, you'd never know if, we could get some county teams out here to give exhibition games or whatever. It'll be a tremendous success also.
Yeah.
Just as we were talking about John Conroy, my thoughts went to another great Tones man and great GA man out here, Enda Raftery, whose father passed away only last week. So, obviously, condolences to the Rafterys, Enda, Dermot, Porrick, all three heavily involved here in Chicago in the GA. And both Porrick and Enda played for the Tones for years.
Yes, they did indeed, and they're
fantastic
they've given their service, yes.
Absolutely. So condolences. I know they're at home at the moment, so condolences to all the Rafteries, Enda, Dermot, Porrick, Patricia, Miriam, Sean. So on the passing of Sean Senior, a great man, a great
I think, John, is we have an awful lot of vacancies at home in county managers with both hurling and football. So it'll be intriguing, like who takes over from the likes of Brian Cody, and
that's right.
And then you have the Donegal football manager's job,
and probably the hottest property in football at the moment is the Mayo job.
The Mayo job as well, yes. So there's several rumours going around. So
that's right. Any offers yet?
There's no scarcity. It's not going to come here, but there's there are plenty of men in Mayo without going outside the county.
Oh, that's for sure. I want to give a shout out. I think my brother at home in Tulsk is listening in. He said he was going for a pint later on. He didn't know whether he was going to go to Scott's in Carraray or whether he was going to Anthony Burden's in Strokestown. So if he's in either place, two great spots to go and have a pint in Roscommon. And Pat Quinn, I hope you're out there. Don't get too drunk. His beautiful wife Caroline, lovely son Luke.
I'm getting a picture here, John, with a girl. Her mother is my favourite unavailable girl in New York.
Oh my God! What's her name?
Tracy Dwyer. This is this girl here, John.
Hello, Tracy.
So
you're welcome to the
Tracy,
booth.
come on in. So did you enjoy playing here?
Yeah, it's really fun.
And a lot of people here from New York.
Yeah, most of the teams are from New York, I think.
Yeah, that's great. And how did you do?
We just won the Camogie final for you.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So you're bringing silverware home.
Yep.
That's brilliant.
Congratulations, a great achievement. Fantastic. Well done. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's one very special lady. Well done to her, winning her Camogie medal all the way from New York. But so a shout out anyways to the brother, the wife, my sister-in-law, their two beautiful kids, Emma and Luke. My mom, who's 91, she's listening in Tulsk tonight, drinking a glass of red wine or a drop of Powers. Hello to all them. Ursula, Paul, Kate, Michael, Owen is there. Kieran, his brother, is out here with me and he's sober, so all is safe, don't worry. And then of course we have Kate's kids. We have Hannah, Kira, and the one and only Aina. Fair play to you all. So a big hello to you all, the family at home. Anyway, back to the game. Ball is thrown up in the second half. Straight away Reno O'Neill gains possession, and here comes Paul Duggan now. Fair play, you're like Manuel of Faulty Towers, coming with the beer. Oh, this is lovely. Wait for the listen to this lovely sound, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, isn't that the loveliest sound you ever heard? Anyway, Reno O'Neill gets it to Garrett Devlin. Garrett with the big left foot. That's a wonderful score from Garrett Devlin. I'll tell you, Scruffy, he's playing out of his skin today. He's really up for this.
Oh, he is. I always said he's for this place here, he's as good as a county player.
That's for sure. Yeah, really up for it. Ball is kicked out. Jack Carney gains possession. Straight from the kick out, lays it off to Inda Hessian to Sean Fitzgerald. Sean Fitzgerald to JP Byrne. JP Byrne challenged by Conor Clark. Ships the challenge though, gets past. Still JP Byrne trying to get through, but the referee says no, you overcarried it. So it's going to be a free out to the Parnells then on their own 21. Michael McKiernan then from Tyrone with the free, gives it to Luke Mulholland as goalkeeper, gets it back. Surveys his field, sees what's open to him, decides to go along, down towards Conor Clark. That's a beautiful ball.
Good ball.
Conor Clark now taking on Sean Fitzgerald. Gets past Sean. Sean is sticking to him though, and gets an arm across, and referee says, no, you can't do that, boys. That's a foul. So Sean Fitzgerald then concedes the free.
Now this is a kind of important free because it'll put the Parnells up by 4 for the very first time if they get it.
That's right. It'll be a 2-score game. So yeah, an important free coming up here. And I think it's Garrett Devlin, by the looks of things out there, that's going to take it. He's been on for him. Quite a ways out though. He's probably 50 yards out with the angle. Big left foot. And it drifts to the left and it goes wide. So
I'm surprised Myler didn't have a crack at that one.
Yeah. I suppose Garrett Devlin had been in good form. Fancied a crack at it.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, score remains 13 points to 1-7. 3 points the margin. The ball is kicked out, but the referee said that was picked off the ground by James Doherty. So James wasn't the happiest camper about that decision, but nonetheless the game goes on. Ball is fed in fast there to Sean Hawkshaw. Sean Hawkshaw now the left half forward. Chance of a goal here. This could be a game change. Oh, it was overplayed. Cathal O'Connor couldn't get his hand to it. And it's cleared by the Parnells defence, but that was close, Scruff.
Kieran got a hand in there.
Very, very, very important hand. Ball kicked in by Reno O'Neill. Parnells go looking for a score. Inda Hessian is there. Oh, lovely little back heel by Inda Hessian. Soccer style. Bit like my own move in my heyday. Yeah, kicks it out. Gets it towards Jack Kearney. Jack Kearney now out in the middle of the field. Gets it to the number 15, who is Matty Rowan. Matty is in the game, folks, at long last. Matty gets it onto the left foot, and he kicks it to the left, and it drifts to the wide, left and wide. So it's a wide ball. So, yeah, Matty Rowan is in, Scruff.
Yeah, still only a goal in it, and we've heard that if it ends in a draw, there will be extra time.
That's right, yeah,
Well,
extra
it's an
time.
absolutely beautiful evening. Conditions are perfect here.
Yeah, very little wind, and it's perfect evening for football.
Yeah.
Luke Mulholland in with the kick out for the Parnells, and it's kicked out towards at the far side to Barry O'Hagan. Barry O'Hagan now takes on Inda Hessian, gets past Inda. Barry O'Hagan bearing down on goal here. This is a really strong run up. Brilliant stop on the line. Absolutely brilliant stop. I think it was from Inda Hessian.
I think he should have taken his point, John.
Oh, he should have, yeah. They could rule that one.
Yes.
But it was a great run by Barry O'Hagan. He cut through the McBrides defence. But a wonderful last-ditch save on the line by Inda Hessian. Got to it with his legs. Ball comes across the middle of the field here towards Tom Keane. Tom Keane, who was throwing his weight around in the first half, settled down on the second half. We're playing ball. Paul Towie. Paul Towie off his right, but this time it won't curl. And Michael McKiernan is glad to see that go out behind the right-hand post and out and wide.
Yeah, bad choice of shot.
Yeah, he probably should have had a bit of patience there. I'm sure he should have probably taken it on and maybe looked for support, but difficult angle. We have a man down, Parnell's man down in the middle of the field, and it's Rory Gallagher, I think. Rory is down, injured, and attention is on for him. So a chance for the players to take on some fluids. As Scruffy said in the first half, it's very important that they keep hydrated. It's that's what I keep telling my mother. I keep hydrating myself out here. Very important. She doesn't seem to believe me though. 13 points to 1-7, 3 points to the difference. It's only a goal, Scruffy. It could be a close run thing.
There's only been really one goal chance in the game so far, and it's fallen to the McBrides, but they didn't avail of it.
Right. Ball kicked out this side of the field. Garrett Devlin once again. Beautiful catch over his head. Conor Myler gets the ball. Spun around there once again by Matty Rowan. And ball is taken in quickly. And it's fisted out by Inda Hessian. Inda Hessian and Barry O'Hagan go at it. Yeah, the far corner.
Yeah, Barry was outnumbered there with 3
Yeah,
defenders.
he was.
Tossing one of Myler's better balls.
So the referee judges that Inda Hessian was fouled, and
it's a free out.
Free out.
Or is it? Is it a 45?
Oh, it's a fraud. Oh,
a 45.
yeah.
The umpire has given a 45.
I'm losing my team sheets
this will
here.
be a savage kick by O'Neill if he puts that over from the right hand
Thanks,
side.
Mary.
But he's well capable.
He's well capable. It's a long way out, yeah, as you said, but he nailed one in the first half. So I just got a text there from the bowl, Martin Lowry, all the way from Longford. He's a plumber down in the city. He works with the bull, the great Shane Keenan, all the way from Termonbarry. He's on. Oh, it's dropped in there by the McBrides defence, and it almost broke for Reno or for Barry O'Hagan in there. And referee is calling for the ball, and I think he's going to throw it up. I think he is. That was very close, Scruffy. That could have been anything.
Yes, it could have been put them out of sight.
Yeah, Reno O'Neill gets the ball from the throw-in.
Well rocked.
Tries to lay it off, but Jack Kearney gets the breaking ball, and Gavin Devlin goes in there.
Another very high tackle there.
Yeah, this will be a free, and it could be a card as well. They've got to be careful now because there's quite a few players on the yellow cards. So
yeah, but the Parnells are not putting them away, John. And a goal lead is one of the worst leads you can have.
That's right. Anything can happen. Mike Kelly gives it to Gavin Burke. Gavin Burke now raiding up the far side of the field. He's got Sean Hawkshaw to his right hand side if he needs him. Gavin then looks left instead, and he gives it to Paul Towie. Paul now, who's had a great game so far for the McBrides, really kept them in it with some great scores. Gives it inside. Lovely
1-2.
Lovely 1-2 back to Paul Towie, and it's in the back of the net.
Absolutely brilliant goal.
Put the goalkeeper the wrong way. A wonderful goal there by Paul Towie.
Incredible goal.
Credible goal.
I just said to you, John, a goal lead is very sceptic.
Yeah, very, very dangerous lead. Connor Swan as well, the number 4 for the McBrides, gave a lovely.
It's an incredible 1-2 with a fist pass.
Palmed it off back to Paul Towie, and Paul took it on himself and put the goalkeeper the wrong way. A great goal. Yeah. Now 2-7 to 13 points. We're level again here in Chicago Gaelic Park after 8.5 minutes of this second half. Luke Mulholland, I should say, for the Parnells, kicks it out. Garrett Devlin coming really into this game now. He's coming out the middle of the field looking for the ball. Gives it in high, long, in towards Reno O'Neill. Reen catches it on his chest and is fouled. Dragged
this could
down.
Be a black card. This is definitely a black card.
This could well be a black card.
He had no one between him and the goal.
Yeah.
I'm betting this will be a black card.
This could well be a black card for sure.
Oh, it's
a penalty even.
Penalty.
A penalty. Yeah.
It'd probably still be a black card.
It was difficult to see here where the line was, but obviously, yeah.
McBride's regular goalie is not playing today. Paul Higgins is back in goal.
Is he back in goal? He is, yeah. So penalty then for the Parnells, and this could be back out to another 3 points once again. And after 9.5 minutes or so in this second half, 3 points could be it's a dangerous lead.
I think O'Neill tricked him there. He pretended he was going to mark it and he didn't put up the hand.
Yeah. Yeah, Reen O'Neill has played very, very well, I have to say, today. Involved in a lot of good things for the Parnells. Here he comes, steps up. Puts the goalkeeper the wrong way. Goes to the right hand side and an easy tap in.
I think O'Neill tricked him there. He pretended he was going to mark it and he didn't put up the hand.
Yeah. Yeah, Reen O'Neill has played very, very well, I have to say, today. Involved in a lot of good things for the Parnells. Here he comes, steps up. Puts the goalkeeper the wrong way. Goes to the right hand side and Fionn McDonough now with the ball. Solos it, hops it. Looks over to Paul Towie. Paul has an easy chance of a score here if he takes it, and he does.
It well.
Tugs it very well off his right foot. Lovely score by Paul Towie once again. 13 to 2-8. 16 points to 14.
It's 10 minutes gone in the second half.
Yeah, it's right in the melting pot. So we've got just under 20 minutes plus injury time to go, and it's going to be a blockbusting finish. I can feel it, as they used to say. I can feel it in my water. Yeah, Conor Myler.
I can't believe how deep Myler is playing, that they can't push him up and get the ball to him.
Yeah, both himself and McKiernan in their full back line. Yeah. He lays it off again. Mike Kelly is going to be, he's going to be talked to here because that was.
I think McKiernan played for that now.
He did a little bit.
He checked him.
Mike Kelly was sort of holding his ground and he ran into him, so it looked worse than it was. But I think Mike is in.
He's actually going talking to somebody else.
Oh, maybe he's going talking to McKiernan here. Maybe we got it wrong.
Yeah.
For simulation, I think they call it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Johnny. is Johnny Craven coming on, one of the all-time greats from Galway. He has an uncle, Carol Craven. Oh, the Lord Almighty save us. Oh, Jesus, another shamasel here, right in front of the referee.
Handbags. I mean, how stupid is that to do it right on?
Ridiculous, under the nose of the referee.
Yeah, unbelievable.
And it's Fionn McDonough I see on the ground, number 15. And I'm not sure who the Parnells.
Myler is in the middle of it as
Myler, yeah. So, all sorts of stuff going on. But I was telling you about Carol Craven. Florden Porter fame. He's in the syndicate that owns Florden Porter. Yes. Oh my God. Yes. I'll never forget last Patrick's Day, last Cheltenham scruff. Yeah. Oh, what a great occasion that was. Yeah. He said he'll win another one. He certainly did. You heard it here first, folks. Florden Porter once again for the Stairs Hurdle in Cheltenham. 3 miles up the hill.
Yeah, great achievement.
Great achievement. Scruffy, you were there several times. It's a great spot.
What about Shark Hanlon winning the Galway plate with a horse cost €800?
Unbelievable. Brilliant. Fantastic.
Shark has a great eye for a horse.
He sure has.
He has the same eye for a horse, Quinn, as you have for a woman.
And I don't see me winning too many plates. Anyway, on we go. TJ Burden now with the ball.
The man is lucky to have something on the plate. With the recession that's coming. As John Keeney said, the kids is going to be eating the putty at the windows again if we don't get rid of this president.
Anyway, Sean Hawkshaw, after all that, gets the ball and he's adjudged to be fouled. Sean Hawkshaw for the McBrides is fouled there by Reen O'Neill. And there's another bit of Michael McKiernan is wanting to watch himself now because he's getting involved there in a few things. The referee is speaking to Michael McKiernan now. This is dodgy territory.
Yeah, he's on the brink here now.
He is. I think he's received his final warning there from Martin Delaney, and he's just been edging a little bit too much there, I thought. Anyway, Paul Towey for the McBrides. This to bring it to a 1-point game, which he duly does. Yeah. So back to a point then.
Nothing in it.
Yeah, it's, very, very little.
It's going to go down to the wire here.
Yeah. So we have a substitute on there for the McBrides.
Parnells going to make a substitution.
The Parnells, 17, Owen McLaughlin. 17 is Dylan Ward. Dylan Ward is in for the Parnells.
Yeah, I'm surprised McBrides haven't introduced Owen McLaughlin yet, actually.
Once again, he's been a great impact sub, and I'm surprised he hasn't been brought on. But anyway, straight into the action out the far side of the field is Dylan Ward. And 3 or 4 McBrides lads try and get around him, but he gets away. He's full of pace, this lad. He's a bit like the aforementioned Albrighton on his heyday. And
they have to leave the hand in when they go forward. Typical Tyrone.
Yeah. Reen O'Neill with the ball. Gets it outside to Conor Clark over towards Barry O'Hagan. Barry, the danger man, hasn't been as prevalent in this second half, but gets it onto his left foot this time. And Barry swings it high and swings it over the bar. That's a great score.
Great score, yeah.
Great score from Barry O'Hagan. Lovely point. And swings it out again to a 2-point game, 17 points to 15. Referee says, take your time, boys. Number 20 is off on for the Parnells. So Conor Mackin comes on then for the Parnells, number 20. Free is kick out taken quickly, and it's Gavin Burke for the number 3 for the McBrides. Gives it in left footed. Aaron Kithogue. Lovely one-handed take by Paul Towey. Incredible take, Scruffy.
He's the man of the match so far.
He sure is. I mean, for not the biggest man on the field, he caught that one-handed, held his man off with one hand and caught it with the other. Great take. So then there's going to be a free in then to the McBrides. This will surely bring it back to a 1-point game. My mind drifts back, of course, to that time in Kilbeggan Scruffy when Albrighton won that chase. Just was a great day. Unbelievable. I was in the Arden Islands myself, of course. I couldn't stay at home.
I know.
Yeah, I never forget.
When you get a bit of money, you have to take a holiday.
I never forget it. The horse was running up the finishing straight with 100 yards to go, and Scruffy was running beside him. You ran faster than the horse.
Not often that happens.
But a great night afterwards. It was fantastic. Look, Mulholland with the kick out. It's down to a 1-point game here, folks. Reen O'Neill, beautiful catch in the middle of the field. Linda Hessian is on his back, but he gives it off. He gives it off to Conor Myler. Conor Myler now was fouled by two different McBrides men.
Another stupid foul.
And it is a stupid foul. He was always looking for it really, and the McBrides lad made it easy for him. So it's going to be should be an easy enough free for Ian O'Neill. Pretty much straight in front of the post, about 35 yards out, I'd say. He takes it quickly to Barry O'Hagan, and Barry kicks it over the bar.
They made it so easy for him.
Made it so easy. They fell asleep. McBride's lads fell asleep there. So back out to 2 points again. 115 to 210. Out the far side, Sean Fitzgerald. Sean Fitzgerald now gives it to Mike Kelly. Mike Kelly, he's been there involved all day. Gavin Burke, he's been very solid for the McBrides in the full back line. More fisticuffs here in the middle of the field. It's Matty Ruane and Dylan Ward. And referee's attention drawn to it, but the ball is with Paul Towie. Paul Towie off the right foot, and that's a beautiful score from Paul Towie once again.
And we have
great score.
We have the WWF here now in the middle of the field.
But once again, Rian O'Neill and Hession
and Rian O'Neill
going at it. Yeah, it's getting.
John Bridges does the right thing. He puts the officials off the field.
Off the field, absolutely. No place on the field for the officials. Let the players out there sort it out, and that's it. So, it had been bubbling there in the middle of the field.
And again, they're doing it in front of the referee, you know.
Yeah, Owen McLaughlin has just come on as well because he was involved there with Dylan Ward, Scruff.
Yes.
So, Owen McLaughlin is on the field.
Yeah, well, he's a really good half-back.
Val is on the field again. Jesus. I'll tell you, Val, he's covered, so he's got his steps in today, as they say.
He's not in any commercial for sunscreen anyway.
Here we go, Rory O'Gallagher involved again down there with the cornerback Sean Swan, I think.
Martin Delaney has his hands
Connor
full
Swan.
here. There's 15 minutes to go yet.
Yeah, there is 15 minutes. It's going to be the longest 15 minutes of Martin Delaney's life, I'd say. But he's coming out here to Colin Egan to have a word with him, shaking his head. He's saying, Jesus, why did I take this game on? Matty Ruane, I see him coming on, number 14 for the McBrides, with 15 minutes to go. And number 15 has gone off.
Yes.
So 15 for 15, 2 jerseys, the same. Fionn McDonough seems to have gone off. Anyway, Matty Ruane seems to have gone into the middle of the field. 15 for 14. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
That is Matty Ruane.
Yeah, Matty Ruane, yeah, he's on the field. Sorry, 14.
Yes.
So,
so now Martin Delaney is talking to his umpires.
Yeah. Martin is, he's gone to east and west looking for information here.
They were probably equally at fault, Hession and Rian O'Neill.
I think he's gone back to the original protagonist.
I did think that Hession was hanging on a bit too much.
Yeah.
So he's only booking Hession. So I felt that O'Neill was trying to get away and Hession still kept on to him.
Right.
There might be a red here.
We're just waiting to see what it is. It's a black. It's a black card. Yeah, he's into the sin bin. That could be a very expensive dismissal there.
Oh, yeah, that's a stupid on Hession's part.
Yeah,
absolutely stupid. The right call. O'Neill was trying to get away there.
And Hession wouldn't let him go.
The ball was up the other end.
But it's an expensive one for McBrides because he's virtually out now for the rest of the game.
Yeah. And
James Doherty calls for the quick free.
And
gets it.
They're only a point down, a vital time.
That's right. Rian O'Neill with the ball here. Gets it across to Conor Myler. Conor Myler in loads of room. Faced by JP Byrne. They're a man up now for the final 10 minutes of this encounter. So that could be a huge call now for the Parnells. Can they push their advantage home? Conor Myler once again dips inside the challenger Rian O'Neill and Matty Ruane. Gets the ball away. It comes back to Barry O'Hagan. Barry this time screws off his boot. Oh, it's gone in.
It's a goal.
It's a goal. It's a goal. Goal scored by Conor Clark, I think. I don't know whether he got a touch to it or not. I might have gone straight in.
I think he might have got a touch.
Maybe got a touch, just enough to put off Paul Hession in the goal for McBrides. Yeah. But it's a crucial goal for the Parnells at a crucial time. And really from a miscue, I think, from Barry O'Hagan. Barry was surely going for the score. JP Byrne now for the McBrides. They need scores and they need them fast. Fionn McDonough out to his far side of the field to Sean Hawkshaw. Sean looks to Paul Towie. Paul has been excellent today for the McBrides. Left-footed. and that's over the bar. Great
that
score.
is a super score.
Super score from Paul Towie once again, keeping them in the game.
No matter who wins, it'll be tough to put him out of the MVP award.
It sure will. It sure will. But great performance by Paul Towie, and 3 points the margin. It's just a goal, but crucially, the McBrides are down a man, and it's 12 against 13 here. Now, Luke Mulholland with the kick out, gives it straight down. Conor Myler gets it. Conor Myler now looks inside for help. Tom Gillen is there. Tom now gives it back to a very cool and relaxed Rian O'Neill. Rian O'Neill looks to his left, gives it out to Conor Myler. Conor Myler now beats 2 men, gives it off there to the number 20, who's Conor Mackin. Conor Mackin back to Rian O'Neill, gives it high down into no man's land really, and it's well dealt with there again by Gavin Burke. Gavin Burke
Burke's had a great game.
He's had a great game. Fantastic. He's been coming forward at every opportunity, and on a very warm evening like this evening, it's a tough thing to do, and runs into a challenge there. James Doherty, a judge to have fouled him, and Gavin slow to get back to his feet, but after a run like that, I don't blame him. I wouldn't be in the greatest shape myself.
There's about 8 minutes left now, John.
8 minutes and 3 points.
The next score is absolutely vital for the McBrides to get it.
That's right. So Paul Towie then decides to put it down on the deck once again. He's been excellent all day today, from frees and from open play. Man of the match probably so far. I see Johnny Craven out with the water bottle to Barry O'Hagan. Deserves it. And the free then from Paul Towie, it's drifting to the right.
That's
and
quite
it's
a
gone
bad
wide.
miss.
Yeah, that's a huge miss now for the McBrides. 3 points the difference, 2:15 to 2:12. In this a really excellent encounter, a bit testy at times, but you'd expect that. It is a semi-final. Luke Mulholland then told by Martin Delaney to hurry up.
I make it about 7 minutes of normal time left. There will be
some injury.
Will be injury time for booking guys.
Yeah, you'll find there could be 4 or 5 minutes maybe. Number 19 then for the Parnells is about to come in.
He's going to punish him for time wasting here. I think
Doherty.
He's going to hop on the ball.
He's going to hop it on the 21. This could be crucial too.
I'm probably right.
Yeah, he was taking too long to
stupid thing to do when you're ahead. Stupid.
So then from the resultant throw in, and it's a push,
it's a free,
and it's a free in.
That's a
crucial call, Scruff.
Yeah. So now this will leave 2 in it.
2 points the margin. Paul Towie once again, the evergreen Paul Towie. 21 yards out, dead straight in front of the post. Surely a formality, and is straight over the bar. Lovely score there from Paul Towie. But once again, a bit needless by Luke Mulholland. He delayed and dilly-dallied over the kick out. Should have just got on with it. You're sort of giving momentum back to the McBrides. So Caelan Doherty is on, gets the ball straight away, gives it to Conor Myler. Conor Myler out the far side of the field to Tom Gillen. Bets it back over to Rian O'Neill. Rian O'Neill now, he's put in a steady shift for the Parnells. Dylan Ward. Dylan now gets it, gives it, and goes again. Conor Myler. Conor Myler now looks inside, looks for support. No one obviously yet. Well, eventually, Aidan Rooney gets it. Aidan though is tackled very hardly. Very tough tackling there from the 17, Owen McLaughlin. And referee says, let go of the ball, you've got to bring it up. So Aidan Rooney penalised there for not letting the ball go. Owen McLaughlin gives it off to JP Byrne. JP Byrne now gives it back to Owen McLaughlin. 17 from Mayo. He gives it inside towards Paul Towie. Paul Towie onto the right foot again, and it's another great score. Great score from Paul Towie. They've pulled themselves back into this game even though they're a man down. We make it 4.5 minutes left, Scruffy.
Fighting to the end.
Four minutes or so left in this match. And the kick out is taken by Luke Mulholland all the way out this side of the field. Caelan Doherty. Looks lively since he came on.
Mulholland has done good at his kick outs actually.
He has. He's been very precise with them. Conor Myler, not for the first time today, raids down the far side of the field.
And they're going to foul him.
Gets through the challenge of Owen McLaughlin, but not the second one.
And he's not going to get up too soon.
No, he'll lie there now. Yeah. I was playing football one time, Scruffy, and I was told, lie there like a bag of potatoes.
And you didn't have to be told twice.
No, I certainly was not. It was the most welcome news I found all day. And I'd say Conor Myler would probably do the same thing, although no, he's up. Rian O'Neill, just outside the 45, another crucial kick. 1 point game, this could put 2 points in it. With about 3 minutes left plus injury time. Another big kick from the big man from Armagh. Here he comes, kicks it right-footed, and it's all the way. A great score.
3 points in it again.
Deadly accurate from the boot. Rian O'Neill, beautiful score. Paul Hessian now with the kick out, or Paul Higgins with the kick out. Comes out this side of the field. Gavin Burke. No, it's not Gavin Burke actually, it's Cathal O'Connor. Cathal O'Connor now gives a lovely ball into Sean Hawkshaw. Sean Hawkshaw gets out in front of his man. Left-handed pass off to Paul Towey. This is a mercurial player today, Paul Towey, but he's dragged down. He's dragged down by Conor Mackin, I think.
Yeah, he's incredible. And he's only a small guy.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Well, he's great at getting out in front.
He sure is. And he's strong on the ball too. He's able to hold off the marker and make a bit of room for himself. Yeah, he's had a great championship, to be honest about it. I see John Shrek Cunningham and Frankie Sheridan down there on the sideline. I'm sure nervous moments for the mentors from the Parnells. So that brings it back to a 1 point game.
Yeah. We could head for extra time yet.
It could well be extra time. Who knows?
I'm sure Martin Delaney really wants that.
I'd say he's saying novenas and prayers, and he has.
This is a vital kick out now. They've pushed up, but
Rian O'Neill
finds them very, very easy.
Yeah, ball is coming out this side of the field, then out towards Rory Sheridan. Rory Sheridan back to Conor Mackin to Conor Myler. Conor sticking tight to the sideline, turns and twists, gets away from his man. Cathal O'Connor trying to mark him. Matty Ruane there as well, but lovely move there by the substitute Caelan Doherty. Caelan Doherty finds Dylan Ward. Dylan Ward now looks to go in between two McBrides lads, but thinks better of it. Turns around, looks for support, gets it.
Vital not to foul here.
Is number 10, Rory Gallagher. Back to Conor Myler, who finds
Aidan
Aidan Rooney in a huge amount of space. Back to Caelan Doherty. Caelan Doherty's been lively since he came on. Lovely ball outside to Conor Clark. Conor Clark now in his own 45. Looks for support. James Doherty is there if he needs him. Decides not to. Goes across the field to Rory Gallagher. Rory Gallagher been steady all day, but Jesus, his leg is after giving out. And it goes straight in. Back to Caelan Doherty. Caelan Doherty now thinks about the shot off his right foot. Gives it to James Doherty. James looks for Conor Myler. Conor Myler now cool heads look for on the Parnell side. Goes into contact. Comes back out of it. Gets no change out of Gavin Burke, the full back for McBrides. Goes on. Takes on Tom Keane. Still Conor Myler gives a nice fisted pass inside to James Doherty. James Doherty right footed. And it is gone.
It's gone wide.
Wide to the right and wide.
Yeah.
We heard the cheers from the McBride side, so that tell you that it wasn't over the bar. So a chance gone a begging there, Scruff.
Yeah. Now they've pushed up a lot here, so making it difficult for Higgins, but he finds his man.
He finds Mike Kelly. Mike Kelly out the far side to TJ Byrne here. TJ to Gavin Burke once again. He's finding space all the time over there on that far sideline. Gives it to Sean Fitzgerald. Sean Fitzgerald now tackled by Conor Myler. Gets it outside to Sean Hawkshaw. Hawkshaw looks for support. Gets it. Inda Hessian is back on the field actually, just as time has elapsed. Matty Ruane gets the ball. There's 1 point between them. Matty Ruane on the left-hand side of the field. Looks for support. Gets it. Gets it back to Fionn McDonough. Fionn inside to Sean Hawkshaw. Goes for the score from Sean Hawkshaw. And it's drifted out just to the left and wide. Huge miss there for the McBrides.
They set it up good. Just the wrong guy took the shot.
Yeah, just the wrong shooter, as they say. But, that's a pity now. It's Parnell still by a point. So it's incredibly tight finish here. 2:16 to 2:15.
I make time up.
Yeah, we've played a minute and 20 seconds or so of injury time. So we'll see what Martin Delaney allows.
Nobody holds a board.
There's a lot of pushing and shoving here in the middle of the field. Tom Keane is at it again with Dylan Ward. And now it's getting a bit testy again. Matty Rowan goes in there, and as a few players got in, settling it down. Rory Gallagher's playing peacemaker there, and Sean Fitzgerald gives Dylan Ward a bit of a jolt, but anyway, it's settled down again. So it's kick out then to the Parnells, and Luke Mulholland now looking up. The press is on. He has to go along with it. Out it comes. Keane O'Neill will go up, gets a fist to it. It breaks towards Rory Gallagher. Rory out this side of the field, and he's horsed out over the sideline, I think. And Colm Egan said that it's a line ball to the McBrides.
I thought that was a free.
Yeah, he looked as if he was.
There's Matty Rowan now.
Matty Rowan on the ball.
They're trying to work it across the field.
Yeah, working it over the left-hand side of the field over to.
Here's the danger man.
Swan. Towie has it. Towie has it out in his own 45. He gives it off. Looks for Sean. Sean Fitzgerald, lovely return back to Towie. And this is into McDonough. Oh, it's a great save. Oh, brilliant save. And he touched it on the ground. Did he touch it on the ground?
It's a penalty to McBrides.
Oh, if he touched it on the ground, it's a free in. It's a free in. The ball rebounded from the goalkeeper.
Should have tapped it over the bar, John. They're a point out.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't take the point.
He
went for glory.
He's a back as well, so you know.
He was lucky. He was lucky it came out, and lucky that I just missed who touched it on the ground, Scruffy. I don't know which of the Parnells lads touched it, but a bit unfortunate. It came at him very quick.
Very unfortunate. It came at him so quick, but we could be heading for extra time here.
It looks like it. We might have to take another lozenger. Here we go. Paul Towie over the bar, and Martin Delaney says enough is enough.
Is enough.
2:16 to 2:16. A draw game, so we're heading for extra time.
Yeah. So, anyway, that's great. It's been a very entertaining game.
Very entertaining.
The McBrides will be back to 15 now too.
Yeah.
Hessian will be allowed back in. So, but if you remember the time that Barry O'Hagan, John, there were 3 up, and he didn't put them 4 up. He went for the goal.
That's right. Yeah, that could have been, and we said it at the time. That could have been a decision that they might rule, and I think they have.
They took off McKiernan too.
They did. A very surprising move, but yeah, well-deserved round of applause for both teams. In the heat and the humidity here, they served up a wonderful game of football.
I really think they should play on Wednesday night.
What's that? Well, I just find it every time the sun goes up, I find it humid. Anyway, that's just me. What were you saying, Scruffy, there?
They really should play this Wednesday night, I think. They shouldn't be going for extra time.
Yeah, it's going to take an awful lot out of the players, to be honest with you. It's a big advantage to the Pierces, I think. Extra time it's a tough ask.
Yeah.
And you're going to see players cramping, and
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's 15 minutes a half. I'm not sure. We'll confirm that with
10
you.
or 15, I'm not sure.
We'll confirm that with you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, fair play to Paul Duggan, all the way from Dungarvan. Here, Paul, I got this. Here.
There's no point in working, people get
Paul Duggan, fair play to him. He's heading for the patio for us. So, yeah, as I said, Scruff, it was a very entertaining game, and fair play to both teams. I mean, McBrides looked dead and buried there with 5 minutes to go, and
they did well to come back with 12 players. So, the old spirit is there with them all times.
Yeah, it was a tough ask, a man down in that heat, and so late on in the game. So they done really well. It's difficult to know who'll have the momentum now going into extra time.
Yeah, I guess the fittest team now is going to win it.
Yeah.
The Parnells, I think, will be kicking themselves for giving away the lead on several occasions.
Definitely, for sure. And even that last passage of play, I know it was unfortunate touching it on the ground, but these are the things.
But Lachlan should probably have fisted it over.
He should have in the first place, rather than going for glory. So,
it's a half hour longer for us to see a game.
That's it, and a half hour more entertainment, I suppose, or whatever you call it for the people at home. So, hope you're enjoying it all the way out there in TV land or Facebook land or whatever land it is. So it's going back to the CYC. I just seen some notes here, Scruff. It's the largest youth Gaelic Games event ever run outside of Ireland.
Oh, it's incredible.
Yeah, it's incredible. Every year,
The work that's gone into this, like, it's just incredible.
unbelievable. Yeah, and the teams that come from all over the
Especially
country.
the teams that travel, people have to take off work for a week here.
Yeah,
You
it's,
know,
they arrive in on the Thursday, I believe. The games begin on Thursday and run till Sunday.
yeah, absolutely.
So it's a huge organisational challenge, and it's a logistical challenge too for, as you said, people and teams that's travelling. So you're bringing a lot of kids, a lot of equipment, and a lot of people to make it happen. So it's a wonderful spectacle.
Yeah.
But I must say that these games here, these senior games especially, I'm sure I see lots and lots of hundreds of young people out and about around the field. It's a huge inspiration, I'm sure, to them to see the likes of Rian O'Neill and Conor Myler and
Oh yeah,
all these lads, the McLaughlins and
as I said, the crowds are back here. So
right.
like there was 1,400 and something here last Sunday, which
Yeah.
is, what's this huge crowd for
Huge.
games abroad?
That's right. Yeah,
You wouldn't get it for club games in Ireland.
that's right. Yeah, it's, looking around the stands here, it's
Yeah.
well over 3/4 full.
Yeah,
you
but
know, there's
we're
big
going to have
crowds.
a very empty feeling for the rest of the year, I think, with no county games at home and
That's right.
Croke Park pretending it's for the good of the clubs when it's only to get Garth Brooks and Westlife into Croke Park. You know yourself.
I know. That's the sad part about it. The split season is it's going to be tough from out here. It's so Mary is just here informing us now from the referee. 10 minutes aside, Mary. Yeah.
Yeah, we just heard that it won't go to penalties, which is great.
That's good. That's great.
Wednesday night. So
so-
as you say, this will suit the Pierces.
Yeah.
They're looking on here and they're rested.
Yeah. They're in the comfortable position that they can put their feet up and
Yeah.
have a couple of nice light training sessions during the week.
Yeah,
you know.
usually, I think the majority of teams that give away a lead, John, and go into extra time lose. I think that's the stats.
Yeah, because generally the team that come from behind feel that it's their day, and psychologically it's tough to stop them. But we'll see what happens. It's finely balanced. There's big stars on that Parnells team that can make a difference in a minute.
There's quite a few off the Mayo team on the other team.
And there is, yeah. So it's very finely balanced, and
there's no love lost, as you can see.
oh, absolutely not,
there's-
not at all. No. But
I hope we're alive when Mayo bring the cup over to Shannon, John, even though neither of us is from Mayo.
yes, with the help of God, yeah. Look at we were great rivals with them there in Roscommon, and you as well in Sligo.
Yeah.
But you look at who wouldn't wish them well, in their seeking the Sam Maguire for the first time since
That's your dinner
1951.
date for tonight.
Yeah, there's a man here calling me, Jerry Cunning is calling me from Dunloy, and he's went home on Thursday with his lovely girlfriend,
Is he watching?
and he must be watching it.
Yes,
So a
that's
big
great.
hello to Jerry and all the Cunning family in Dunloy, everybody in Dunloy. TJ is there, of course, and all the people in that beautiful county in Antrim, one of the most beautiful counties in the country.
Another man watching at home is the man that was with us when my horse won that time, John Dunning. They call him Gentleman John.
That's right.
And he I just want to say he has 3 bars in England, and he has the best bar in Great Britain in Watford, the best Irish bar.
Good man.
It's just incredible.
I'll tell you, if things go our way for the next 6 months, Scruffy, we might get to Cheltenham and we might get down to see him.
Absolutely.
No,
Absolutely.
that's a date.
I'm game ball.
Yeah, there you go. London, a great town. I've been in it a few times myself
Yeah.
when Roscommon played London in the Championship and things like that. So
Yeah.
it's a fine town. There's lots
Yeah.
of great things to do.
That's right.
So so it's really finely balanced, as we said, and it's shaping up to be a cracking extra time. So prediction.
I'll stick with the Parnells. I thought they would win this by now, but I think they have a little bit more quality in the team. They're breaking a bit better too.
Yes.
But Towie is my man of the match already.
Ottawa has been absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's been fantastic to watch him. As you said, one of the lesser lights of Mayo football, but not the biggest man in the world, but he just plays.
The good thing for the McBrides is that they just brought on 2 county players with fresh legs.
Yeah,
Matthew Rowan and Owen McLaughlin.
that's right.
And I think that might stand to them as well.
It will.
But the subs on both teams have been playing well.
That's right. Yeah, both teams have brought on really, really strong impact subs. So I think that's going to be a factor in extra time. So just got a text there from Jerry, listening from Dunloy and following up on the drink. Well, good for you, Jerry. You just keep horsing it into yourself. Fair play to you. Tell all the family, all your beautiful sisters, I was asking for them. Tell your mom I was asking for her.
A fantastic
none
of them say a foot Quinn.
None of them is safe with me. Jumbo, a big shout out to Jumbo in the Burden in Tulsk.
Is he watching?
I think so. He said he might be watching or listening. His wife Eileen, her 70th birthday was the other night in Tulsk.
When I had the radio show, I sent him to customs one time.
That's right. It was. I'll never forget it. One of the all-time greats. Yeah. That's for another day, ladies and gentlemen. It was a great story with Scruffy when he had the radio show, but it's some great times. But a big shout out, as I said, to Inda and Eileen back there in Strokestown in Roscommon, and hope you're all keeping well, and hope you're enjoying the show. And certainly it's been an entertaining game. It's been wonderful spectacle so far, and hopefully it's going to continue so for the 20 minutes of extra time. But as I said, it's good that it's not going to go to penalties anyways. It's going to go to a replay, if so.
It's a long weekend in Ireland. It's August Bank Holiday weekend.
That's right. I'd forgot that, actually. I was talking to the brother today, and he was telling me he was off tomorrow, and off Monday. So, yeah, bank holiday. Sure, there's a bank holiday every 2 weeks there.
It's a love to bank holidays.
Oh, jeez. It's unbelievable.
Actually, the only thing is a reasonable price over there is the pint. I'm surprised it's not gone up more with the price of diesel to deliver it.
It's unbelievable, is right. Yeah, it's see the pint still under €5. It's surprising, but thanks be to God, long may it last.
Yeah.
I'll have to give a shout out to Connor's Pub in Tulsk as well, Eugene and Cynthia, and good food. Yes, good food. Eugene is there. He was talking about going chefing himself. I said, don't attempt to kill before you, but a great character and a wonderful old place to go in and have a couple of pints and good old crack. So a great old crowd around Tulsk. And a shout out to the History Society as well. We're after opening a History Society back there. John Higgins, and there's a bunch of people involved in it, a lot of people involved from all over. Yeah. And some very interesting stuff.
Hall of Fame, so yourself and Conroy will probably be inducted.
I'd be very surprised. And Jumbo, yeah. We could nearly adopt you as well, Scruff. So we could. Yeah, the fair parish of Tulsk. But anyway, the teams are arriving out on the field, folks. And for this first half of extra time, I'm just going to take a second, and I'll be back to you in one moment. How's things?
I was just listening to your comments. You wanted to get a shout out. You thought you wouldn't give me one.
I'm going to give you one right now, motherfucker. Good luck.
What do you want?
He wanted a shout out.
Who was that? He's watching the far side or is he at home?
50 cents for all these shout outs.
Is he at home?
No, he's doing the patio. Okay, folks. Almost ready for the first half of extra time. The teams are back out. No changes that I can see so far, but I'll keep you informed if I see any. We have Trevor Kane down there from Meath, ex-Meath footballer. He's down in the patio. So a big shout out to Trevor and Karen down there, as he does say himself, really. So good man, Trevor. Welcome to Gaelic Park. Stalwart here, great footballer for the Tones for years.
Nick, he said, bring the English court, would you?
That's right. Well, anyway, the game is on anyways, and Sean Hawkshaw for the McBrides gets it into the danger man. Paul Towie gets into a lot of space. This is dangerous here for the Parnells, and surely, yes, off the right foot and straight over the bar from Paul Towie. Great start to the second half of extra time by the McBrides. Straight down into the danger man. Paul Towie found space easily and seemed to get the better of Michael McKiernan there, and into a lot of room and got the ball over the bar. Yeah.
Is in the Hessian back on?
In the
I'm
Hessian
looking
is,
for him.
yeah, he's back on. I seen him before the end of normal time. So kick out goes long. Matty Ruan calls for the mark.
That's
Gets it. Gets the ball in. Sean Hawkshaw just manages to get there in front of Dylan Ward, but
that's
Dylan,
a really easy free.
yeah, it's a tired
that's,
sort of a free, yeah.
That's a lazy tackle.
Yeah, so it brings Paul Towie back into the equation again for yet another score from a free. So Paul Towie then eyeing up this one from about 40 yards out or so. He's going to take this one out of the hand, swinging it and juggling it around the place like Ronan O'Gara used to do all those years ago. Here he is now. He's like a duck waddling, comes up right-footed.
He got it.
But I'll tell you one thing, there's no duck that'll kick a ball like that. That's a great score once again from Paul Towie.
I see the duck the far side, actually.
Is the duck over there?
He is.
God bless him. There he goes. Luke Mulholland with the kick.
That's a
Lovely,
really good ball.
lovely kick out. Right into the path of Conor Myler. Conor Myler now gets it across. James Doherty. James Doherty, the number 8. Looks for support. Gets it. Dylan Ward. Sprints past
They're moving it quick.
Tom Keane. They're moving it faster, all right. Barry O'Hagan now out the far side of the field, over the far corner. Beats Sean Fitzgerald. Comes across. Gets his shot away. High. And that's a
Super
great
on
score.
3 men around.
Brilliant score with 3 men around him is right. That's a great score, Scruffy.
Yeah, still very finely balanced. You couldn't call it yet.
Very finely balanced is right, and it's going to be all to play for. And after just about 2 minutes of this extra time, then McBrides.
No, they're in the lead. They got
Mac-
two. The
Oh, they got
first two.
two.
in the second half.
McBride's in the lead by a point, then 217 to 218. Paul Higgins with the kick out for the McBride's boys. Looking. He decides to go long out towards Matty Rowan and Rian O'Neill. Rian O'Neill gets a fist to it, but it breaks towards Sean Fitzgerald. Sean Fitzgerald, the number 5 for the McBrides, gets it back. Matty Rowan now with a fisted pass down along towards Paul Towie. Paul Towie once again, he's been absolutely fantastic in this second half. Paul Towie though, he's dragged to the ground and the referee says it's foul.
Yeah.
It's a foul. You can't do that. And Michael McKiernan, and a combination of Michael McKiernan and Conor Clark, I think, that dragged Paul Towie to the ground. And again, this could be a crucial score. It's
Towie's had a fantastic game. He's out in front of McKiernan every time.
Every
and
time.
He has to beat him.
yeah, he's been wonderful. But this is a tough kick for most people, but for the fella, the form that this fella's in, steals a yard or two, but nonetheless, you'd imagine he should put this over. It'll put it out to a 2-point game again if he does. So it's a
very
big
vital
free.
kick.
It's a vital kick. Here he comes off his right. He kicks it high.
No.
It's drifting and it goes to the right and it goes wide. It's a tough goal to kick into from that side, Scruff. It's
It is. I thought he would have got that though.
yeah, I would have too. I thought he would have. He was
It's not I'm looking at the flags. There's not much of a breeze at
very
all.
little.
Very little.
Very little breeze. Luke Mulholland again in the goal for Parnell with the kick out. Luke kicks it long. Another great kick out, but just over the head. Over the head of
The second man got it.
it looks like Conor Clark got it, retrieved it. Dylan Ward has it now. Good man, Paul, thank you. And it's a foul there. Dylan Ward has been dragged to the ground and it's a free in, says Martin Delaney. Conor Myler gets the ball, takes control of it, looks for the quick free, gives it off. Dodgy one. Oh, Mike Kelly is there for the McBrides, but Parnell secure it. Rian O'Neill. Rian, the man from Armagh, is a lovely ball out to space, out to the far side of the field there. Conor Myler. Conor showing for the ball really well today. He's done a lot of good work there for the Parnells. Gets away from a couple of markers, but decides to go backwards. Gives it, but
that's a good tackle.
good,
By
almost
Owen
intercepted.
McLaughlin.
Yeah, and Matty Rowan, I think it was, that almost got to it. Tom Gillen gets the resultant free though. Gives it in. Conor Myler with the ball once again. Faced up to by Sean Hawkshaw. Conor Myler gives it right across the field here to Conor Clark. Conor Clark looks up with the shaved head, but Tom Kelly.
hospital pass.
Oh,
Lucky-
Conor
lucky-
Clark done well to
lucky
get it
the
back.
second bite at
Very
the
lucky
try
to
there.
get the second
He's
chance.
got the equaliser
But he's
too.
got the score. In fairness to Conor Clark, he lost the ball there. He gave a hospital pass, as Scruffy said, but he got the breaking ball and he forged through the McBrides defence and put a lovely ball over the bar. So it's 218 to 218. It's all tight and all very, very claustrophobic here in Chicago Gaelic Park against two very evenly matched teams. The referee calls the play. Was it a throw ball or was the player inside the 21? I'm not sure. Yeah, I think he was inside the 21. So it's again, it's a stupid mistake, really.
Another great Roscommon man watching the game at home, John, is John Murphy from Castlereagh.
Oh, the one and only. Great John Murphy is right.
Yeah.
Great supporter of the GEA.
Tremendous
Down through the years. Wonderful man. Yeah. He stood into the breach with Roscommon when he was needed.
Man for charity too, was head of hospice in Mayo Roscommon for
absolutely,
years.
Yeah, a wonderful man.
Lily, wonderful workers for charity.
Absolutely, 100%. Yeah. So
that's the equaliser, or is it?
That's a point ahead for the Parnells. Yeah. That's a 219 to 218.
Yeah, that was a soft one.
That was a very soft score to give away. Very soft score. So John Murphy, a great man. Scruffy is right. Great supporter of the GEA, and it's great to give him an own mention. Another great man there in Castlereagh is Tommy Gaynor, Pat Gaynor's father.
Brilliant man.
Woeful man. Many's the great night we had in Gaynor's house in Castlereagh.
That was a push by Rian O'Neill.
Push by Rian there, so it's a free to the McBrides. Taken quickly by Fionn McDonough to Matty Ruan. Matty looking inside for Hawkshaw. The ball will come to Paul Towie, and once again, they give away a silly free, a very, very cheap free. Michael McKiernan.
Pat Cronin used to say, "Put the hand down lively now."
Yeah, that's.
they haven't got that in the Mac.
For sure. Today. Yeah, Pat Cronin had another fine saying, "Well, stop your fooling," and someone should go in and tell Michael McKiernan to do that because that's about the 5th or 6th free he's given away there today, and it's really costing the Parnells.
That's the second yellow card for him too. So does it not count if it's in?
I don't think it counts.
As a second yellow if it's in overtime.
In overtime, I think it's a new book in extra time.
Maybe it is.
Yeah, so he's fortunate.
Yeah.
Colin McGee, number 25, is on for the Parnells.
Is Pat Cronin watching this?
Pat Cronin is tuned in. Surely, stop your fooling, all the way from Cork.
Stop your love making, Pat. The game is still on.
Pat will be attending a wedding next weekend in Cork with his lovely girlfriend Roisin, and Donal and Noreen is going home as well.
Fantastic.
And all big shout out to the family up there in Donegal.
Yeah, that's a free.
That's a free.
Back.
And again, Rian O'Neill goes in with the shoulder, and a bit needless.
Matty Ruan is a well-built man, isn't he?
And he sure is. He's a real athlete. A bit of schmozzle here with Paul Towie on the sideline. Rian O'Neill gets involved, but told by Frankie Sheridan to clear off and get away. Don't make any stupid mistakes at this stage. It's too late in the game for that. Michael McKiernan faces up to Mike Kelly. Gives it to Dylan Moore. Dylan takes it at pace now. Tries to run past Sean Hawkshaw. Gives the ball, lovely, long inside towards Barry O'Hagan. But it looks like the referee was called something there. And
it's off the ball, is it?
It's something off the ball there, and he's taking an aim.
Now he's going to give a free out.
I think he's going to reverse the free. Yeah, it's going to be a free out against Dylan Ward. He done something off the ball there.
He took the other man out.
Out of it. Yeah, third man tackle. Yes. Yeah. Well spotted. Yellow card for Dylan Ward, and he's been physical enough since he came on, so he'd want to watch it now. So then on we go. Gavin Burke. There's a bit of hanky-panky going on inside. Rian O'Neill and Paul Towie once again are at it.
And the goalkeeper would want to get back in.
And the goalkeeper would want to get back in because McBrides have the ball.
Now what's going to happen here?
And
Rian O'Neill has just thrown Towie to the ground.
Yeah, it's another conundrum for Martin Delaney, but I think he might have seen it. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Sean Hawkshaw gets the ball over to Gavin Burke. Gavin Burke gives it back into JP Byrne. JP Byrne now looks for help. Throws the ball.
That's another free in.
And the referee said no, it's not a free.
No.
But eventually the McBrides lads get it back to Fionn McDonough. Fionn gives a lovely left-footed pass. Beautiful laser-like pass over the far side of the field. Over to Sean Fitzgerald. Sean Fitzgerald back to as far as Tom Keane. No, he's not the shooter. Gavin Burke might have a pop. He does off the big left foot. Gavin Burke, but it's tailing off to the right and it's gone wide.
No.
Now the referee is going to come over and he's going to have a word. Now Rian O'Neill.
He's
He's coming over to Colm Egan first.
Yeah.
And
I was saying there, I have a charity event coming up. We might have people guess the weight of the two linesmen, himself and Val McMahon. I think it'd be a good way to raise money.
yeah, you might have to do that in 100 weight. Anyway, it's a kick out to the Parnells. The score locked at 2:19 apiece. It's very high scoring. Hold on, Martin Delaney goes back in. Umpire is calling in Martin Delaney. So they're going to have a word with the referee and see what's going to happen on this. Just got a text message there from my sister in Ogilla in Tulsk. She's listening in with the kids, Kate and Michael and Aina, Kira and Hannah. So
you have more fans than Glenn Dimples.
hello to all the family in Ogilla and Tulsk. We'll talk to you soon. So it's a free out. Anything happened there, Scruffy, that I should have known about or no?
Not really.
So Rian O'Neill battling there in the middle of the field with Phil McDonough, but really strong from Rian O'Neill.
He did good there.
Did really well and done well to get it at the second bite as well.
Used his strength there.
He sure did. Lovely ball in, and it's a great mark there by Barry O'Hagan.
This is a perfect free.
This is a
for
great
Devlin,
score.
But Devlin is not on the field.
That's right.
They
took him off. So it's going to be the left foot in from Barry O'Hagan.
He's not going to miss this, I would think.
Surely not.
He's a good dual-footed player.
It'll curl in. It's a great score. Great score.
It's a lovely looking score.
He trusted. He trusted his
left foot. Yeah.
He sure did.
So it must be half time now.
I think so. Yeah, it's half time and extra time.
It's all in the balance here. This could go to a replay.
It surely could.
No, it's going to be a replay Wednesday night, Paul. So which is great. We might get more entertainment here.
Yeah.
One thing was very sad, John, this year, I thought, with the number of objections among clubs. This has been the best championship ever in Chicago with 5 teams.
Right.
You know,
and
people forget how much the Patriots contributed to have a great load of American lads there.
That's right.
Brilliant.
It's fantastic.
Fantastic.
Yeah, a lot of homegrown talent in that Patriots lineup.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it's a testament to the training and the hard work that's put in behind the scenes, because people forget that the competitiveness of the sports out here is something unbelievable at schools level.
Yeah.
You know, you're playing at baseball, American football, rugby, even soccer. There's all sorts of competition for sports, so they do really well to get a team together.
Yeah, some of these lads now are getting stretching the legs with cramps. They are amateur players, you know, so and to play in the heat out here, you know. I remember when Jacko was out here years ago, he used to make all the players drink 2 pints of water before the game. No ice in it.
Yeah, it's a great idea. It's a pity we didn't think about that for the last 10 or 12 or 14 or 20 years maybe, but anyway, better late than never.
We're here for, we're not here for a long time, we're here for a good time.
We're here for a good time.
As I said to a girl last night, Paul, I'm not as good as I once was, but I'm as good once as I ever was.
It's all right now to do what you do all night.
That's right, yeah. I forget there was a line in a song, I'll never forget it. You know, when you're getting old, where you're rubbing Vic, where you used to rub Brute. Remember that line? Yeah, when you're taking the old tub of Vic out now. There you go. Yeah, the oldest swinger in town is right. Yeah. So the teams are in a huddle on either end of the field. The McBrides down the far end, the Parnells beside us here on this side, and the county players now are really asserting and taking the step up to the plate. I see Barry O'Hagan there giving a good team talk to the Parnells lads, and similarly, I'm sure there'll be the likes of Matty Ruan or Fionn McDonough or some of the Mayo lads will be taking chairs down there.
Well, you know, it's harder for the home-based players because they wouldn't be playing at the same competitive level.
That's right.
To keep going during this time.
That's right. It's a whole new ball game, of course. Championship football, inter-county championship at home, and it does bring a huge step up. 13
aside brings need for extra fitness.
That's right. That's right. But of course, the conditioning of these players, Scruffy, nowadays is unbelievable, incredible.
You know, they're so fit they can have a few drinks, they burn it off the next night.
That's right.
But it's, I think they're overtrained with all the hamstring injuries, to be honest.
I agree. I think there should be less emphasis on physical training and more on the social aspect.
And then they're wearing GPSs and everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you'd wonder, you'd swear You'd swear what they made by Volkswagen or
I
something.
know.
Anyway,
So this is it now.
This is it.
Whoever has the heart for it.
that's it. That's what it's all going to come down to.
It's a-
Yeah. It's really
It's a very physical game.
very physical, tough game, and it's
Yeah, Catherine is a physio trying to get the last rub into them to keep them going.
That's
So
right.
A lot of lads stretching. So
Stretching
that's
and
what you need to do. Really.
that's right. Yeah, keep the muscles warm, keep them nice and relaxed. That's for sure. So yeah, it's going to be a very entertaining 10 minutes of football. Once again, lots of kids out on the field. It's great to see it here. Lovely
That's
family
brilliant.
day.
That's absolutely brilliant from
Great to see.
all parts of the country.
Yeah, for sure. So then, as we go on, as we're heading towards 20 past 7 in the evening here, Chicago time, it's 20 past 1 at home. So I hope
Yeah,
that
it's
you're
a lovely-
enjoying it.
It's a lovely evening here.
It's a beautiful
just-
evening now. It's
the-
lovely,
the
yeah.
Nice breeze now as well to cool everybody off. It's
Yeah.
just great.
Just nice. So then, the two teams break their huddles.
I don't see any changes. I thought they would have brought Devlin back in, but they didn't.
No, not yet. No, there's no changes that I can see. Yeah, Conor Myler having a word there with Frankie Sheridan. A few last minute words of advice.
Yeah, Myler will keep going to the final.
He sure will.
Be sure of that.
And we're talking about conditioning and all that, and you can really see it in the county
And
lads
he's
here.
he's not a big guy, but boy, he has come engine.
Oh, he has some
You know,
engine.
to compare him to Brian Dooher and Tyrone, I think he's much better.
Mm.
He covers way more ground, and Brian Dooher was brilliant.
Yeah, he was. I think he's a more natural footballer than Brian Dooher was.
Yeah,
But
so,
nonetheless, it's a huge compliment to him. Brian Dooher was a really wonderful
Callum
halfback.
Egan to walk in there instead of run.
I know, yeah.
His brother done a great job with the Wexford team. I
He
think,
sure
this
did.
year.
Dara had a great run with them, and
Yeah.
I know they're looking forward to next year. Now they just lost a little bit of gas towards the end of the
They just
championship,
don't
but
put 2 or 3 good games together, you know. for
Right.
some reason. We have number 19 in
Owen,
now. For
Owen
the
McCaig is in for the McBrides.
Yeah.
Owen number 19. I think that's the only change we have. So
I believe Jack Carney is. Jack Carney is still there.
Jack has had some game as well.
Is Mikey Kelly gone off?
He could be.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I think he
he's
is
off,
actually. Yeah,
Mikey
Mikey Kelly is
gave it
off.
all. He's
He did.
a big man. He gave a big effort there.
He did in tough conditions.
Henry Coyle is on the sideline there with them too, giving them encouragement.
Yeah, the Coils are out in
He'd
force
know all
today.
about the psychological stuff being a boxer.
That's right. That's right.
So now we have number 18 here for the
For the
Parnells
Parnells
as well,
in the
which
middle of
is
the field, Ryan Johnson.
Ryan Johnson, another man from County Down,
Yeah, so it's
from the famous Kilcoo club.
that's right. Tom Keane goes up on the shoulder of Reno O'Neill, but doesn't come down with the ball. The ball comes out to the aforementioned Ryan Johnson. Ball comes across this side of the field towards Conor Clark.
Another Kilcoo man.
Yeah, he gives it back to Reno O'Neill. Kilcoo, of course, All-Ireland club champions. Great performance by them in the All-Ireland club final this year. Ball comes across to Barry O'Hagan. Barry looks 2 men facing him. Decides to go backwards with the ball. Back to Tom Gillen. Tom has been very steady for the Parnells all day.
Oh, that is
And
such a
that's
stupid foul by
Another
Tom
stupid
Keane.
foul again by Tom Keane, really and truly. No need for that. And the number 7 for the Parnells, Conor Myler, is down.
Tom Keane is a very physical guy. He's
He-
not a man to mess with.
No.
He's a very well built guy.
He sure is.
You couldn't meet a nicer lad.
Yeah, but yeah,
when
a bit
he's out- when
needless
he's out-
though.
When he's out on the field, he gives it all.
He sure does. But yeah, he wouldn't look out of place in a rugby field.
Tremendous achievement for the family that have had the second lad in 5 years drafted at NHL.
Unbelievable.
Crazy.
Yeah, and it's so competitive, that hockey.
Yeah, Kim and Joe
league.
deserve a lot of credit for the work they put into them lads.
Absolutely, yeah. Joe, great fella.
Yeah.
Fair play to them. Great achievement for the family. So then, Reno O'Neill.
I think you'd have to think the next score is very important.
Very
here, Joe.
important at this stage. After a minute and a half of the second half here in Chicago Park, Reno O'Neill with the ball, far side of the field, goes for the big one with the right foot. It's curling, and it's curled in and over the bar. A great score
That's a
by the
savage
Armagh
score.
man.
That's a
Savage
brilliant
score by
Yeah.
Reno O'Neill.
Yeah.
Really great score there. He took it upon himself and went for it and
it's
got
all,
it.
It's all to do now for the McBrides.
Yeah, Gavin Burke, they're 2 points down, 2:21 to 2:19. Gavin Burke crosses his own 45. He's at the halfway line, stops, turns, gives it back inside,
No,
gives it
No time to be playing on their own half.
Owen McCaig, the substitute, gives it off to the number 7.
He has Owen McLaughlin to his right.
Owen McLaughlin has it. Owen McLaughlin now, number 17 on his back. He gives it across Matty Rowan's head to JP Byrne. JP Byrne now the centre back. He gives it probing ball in towards Sean Hawkshaw. He does well. He had to jump to get it, but he got it and gets up again off the ground very quickly. Gets the return pass. He gives it off to Paul Towie. Paul Towie, beautiful ball. Oh! And McCaig just couldn't hold on to it. Owen McCaig.
That was a chance.
Great chance. Ball given across in front of the Parnells goal, and Owen McCaig's fingers just let him down, just couldn't grasp the ball. But the Parnells come away with it. Conor Clark out this side of the field. He's faced by Enda Hessian. Enda Hessian now sticks to him like glue. Conor Clark traps the ball up in the air.
That would be a McBride's ball, I would think.
And it's going to be a McBride's ball. So it's Enda Hessian then with the ball. Takes it. Matty Rowan. Conor Clark goes after Matty. Matty gets away from him, evades him. JP Byrne to support. Tom Keane. Tom now gives it to Enda Hessian. Tackled by Conor Clark, but he evades the tackle into Hessian, making ground now. Gives it to Matty Rowan. Matty Rowan in over the 45-yard line. Matty turns, looks to his left, looks towards Paul Towie, the danger man. He's on his left foot this time, left or right, it doesn't matter. But this time it goes to the left and wide.
That was a bad choice of shot.
Yeah, he was a bit greedy, I think, there. He probably should have just taken a solo and looked for somebody in a better position. It was a tough shot selection out on the left-hand side for a left-footed kicker. But left and right, Scruffy, he's been really impressive. He's been tremendous performance by him. Luke Mulholland now with 6 minutes and 20 seconds left in this second period of extra time in this Chicago semi-final. Kicked out precisely to Michael McKiernan. Gets it in front of JP Byrne. JP, though, holds on to him, and the referee said no free yet. Michael McKiernan, though, kicks the ball away to Paul Towie. The wrong man has it now, and free is conceded there. It's a free in to the McBrides. It's Matty Rowan. Matty gets it now, right foot, and Matty gets it just inside that left-hand post.
Very strong player, Matty Rowan.
Very strong player. But big mistake again by Michael McKiernan. I know he thought he was fouled, but he kicked the ball backwards there, and Paul Towie got it. Not the man you want to give it to.
Kick-outs now are vital as well.
Yeah, Luke Mulholland again. He'll be looking.
He's had a good day with the kick-outs.
He has. The kick-outs have been very precise. He's looking this side now for Rian O'Neill. Rian gets up there. Conor Clark gets a hand to it, but it breaks nicely for Rian O'Neill. Rian O'Neill now bearing down on the McBride's goal. He gets almost inside, but he's dragged to the ground there by Owen McCaig once again. And yeah, I mean, I suppose he was taking one for the team there anyway, because if Rian O'Neill got inside him, it was goal.
It was a bad mistake in the middle of the field.
It was. There was a mix-up there, and there was a 3-on-1. And
we got 5 minutes left.
So Rian O'Neill with a free on the 21-yard line. Surely this is just a tap-over territory for him. It's 2:21 to the Parnells, 2:20 to the McBrides. Here comes Rian O'Neill, right-footed, makes no mistake, straight over the bar. Lovely score. So then it's out to a 2-point game with 4 minutes 30 seconds left, 4.5 minutes plus any injury time that Martin Delaney decides is appropriate. Gavin Burke, the mercurial Gavin Burke, has been fantastic for the McBrides all day long. Wonderful. Gives the ball inside, gives it to young Swan, Connor Swan. Connor gives it back to Enda Hessian from Mayo. Enda with the pink boots looks for support and gets it off Owen McCaig. Owen McCaig now lays it off to Matty Rowan. Matty Rowan to Paul Towie. Paul Towie on the right.
Didn't catch that.
But just didn't catch it. He pulled it.
He pulled it to the left. That's a bad miss now.
He done like Rory McIlroy done in Royal Portrush. He pulled his tee shot.
The clock is not their friend right now.
No, and it's a bit indicative, I think, that Paul Towie, the star man for the McBrides, is beginning to miss a couple of scoreable chances, ones that he was putting away in the first and second halves of normal time. Anyway, Luke Mulholland kicks it out over the far side of the field, and it comes to Ryan Johnson. Ryan Johnson gives it off, or does he not yet? No, he keeps possession. He does give it in the finish to Barry O'Hagan. Barry O'Hagan now over towards Conor Myler, but once again a very high challenge again. Easy decision for the referee there.
They're going to.
And
they should be able to run out the clock here.
They're
especially if they hold the ball here and put it over.
Exactly. So we're down to the 3-minute mark, and it's a free in for the Parnells, after a foul there on, I think it might be...
We've got about 3 minutes, John.
Yeah, about 3 minutes, I'm thinking, yeah. So out the far side of the field, it's Rian O'Neill once again. He'll be fancying his chances here again. Little or no wind here in Chicago Gaelic Park.
Yeah.
It's a long way out, though. It's all the way of 60 plus yards out. But he's done it before. Very few of the Parnells lads inside, so it looks like he kicks it high and it's long. Oh, it's off the post. What an effort. What a wonderful effort by Rian O'Neill. Fantastic effort. But it comes off the post and the McBrides get it and clear it out. Matty Ruan tackled by Rian O'Neill in the middle of the field. Rian O'Neill, the Armagh man, adjudged to have fouled him. And it's going to be a free out.
It's a good foul to give away.
Good foul to give away that sector of the field. So we're 2 minutes away from full time. The referee is going to have another word with Rian O'Neill for that deliberate pull down, I think. And before we get the game underway, it's going to be a black card. And Rian O'Neill is going to be off the field for the remaining couple of minutes of this game. That's another big call. Parnells. So very high tackle there. So I